What's up, my dudes? What is going on? Happy Saturday. Oh, we forgot to push button. There we go. We got to push another button. What's going on? I just learned that Trump has enacted the Alien Enemies Act from it's either 1970 or 1790. Literally just found this out. So we're going to have to go down here. Okay, there we go. Says my bit rate's really low. I don't want to mess with that right now. I look a little fuzzy. I look a wee bit fuzzy there. Do I look fuzzy? I forgot to get on here and fix my restream before I got on here. And then like 5 minutes before I got on here, I was like, oh shit, I got to fix my restream. Oh, and I didn't pop out chat. All right, there we go. Don't forget to put on live chat, not top chat. 1790. I was like, no way, it's 1790. Of course it's 1790. Jesus Christ. You got to be kidding me. 1790. Anyways, we're going to look into that. We're going to take a look at what the Alien Act of 1790 is. I look shiny? All right, good. I've got to fix my bit rate after the stream. I'm not touching anything during the stream. We all know what happens if I touch a button during the stream. We touch a button, shit goes nuclear. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see who's in the chat. Wildflower, what's up? Jamie Lynn, what's up? Mitchell Carey, what's up? Perry, Kay, Christina, Redonk, Manic, Cajun, Perry. I already said Perry. Oz, Roxanne, R's wife, Liz Allen. You get to drink. Exactly. If I touch the button, everybody drinks. Okay, that is. I've actually turned off my heater, which is precariously placed right next to me, so that way I can get it on right up here. Because right up here, it needs to be warmed, okay? Actually shaved. Look at that. I use conditioner on my goatee. My wife says I'm supposed to use conditioner on the goatee. So I have used conditioner on the goatee. What's up, Kelly? What's going on? Don't touch the red button. All the buttons are red when I'm involved. Any button that could be touched is possibly a red button if I'm up here. Oh, all right. Well, we've got some things going on today. We are gonna talk a little bit about the CR that got passed and the senators on the Democratic side that decided to go ahead and touch that button. That's what they did. They touched the button. We're gonna talk a little about Donnie's Auto Mart because we've got a Newberger video going on that let me scoot over. Newberger video. I like Newberger. I don't know if you guys have looked at Mr. Newberger's AI funnies, but we watched a couple of them already, and they're pretty goddamn hilarious, to be honest with you. The man's on point. We've also got a new Titus today. We got a new Titus. Benny Logo! Benny, glad to see you up and around and doing the stuff. Cooking it in the bushes. That Donald's Auto commercial is great. Have you watched it already, Redonk? I haven't watched it. I just saw it, and like I said, I got on here like 2 minutes before I was supposed to be on here. I need to be better about that. But Saturday, I'd be lazy. I'd be a little lazy on Saturdays. So yeah, we're gonna watch that. Like I said, new Titus, and yeah, we're gonna look into the 1798 Alien Enemy Act. All right, we're going back. Trump very much obsessed with really old shit. It's probably because he's older than dirt. Beard looks nice. Thank you, Tinker. Thank you. Unknown, what's going on, Unknown? It's unknown what's going on. Actually, it's way too known. At this point, we know way too much. I just saw a video from Legal. He pulled out the "I'm quitting" video title, somebody said when you use the I'm quitting title, you only get to use it once. Then you get to use like the thanks for everything video title. You get to use the help, I need some help video, which I've already used. I probably used that card too early, but I used it to benefit others, okay? So I think I should be able to actually reuse that card one more time after that use. But he was saying he used to make one video a week, and since Donald Trump became president, he's making like 10 videos a month now, so one every 4 days or every 3 days. I can math. That's the current climate that we are in. Is like it's like nonstop every day. There's something, especially for lawyers to talk about. And there's all these people in his comments that are like, "Oh man, I'm so tired of all you do is make videos about Trump." And he's like, "Look, I'm a lawyer. I got nothing to do but make Trump videos nowadays because the dude just keeps doing stuff." You guys, I'm sure, have seen that lately the judges have pushed back against all the people that he fired, all the probationary people, and have said that he needs to reinstate those people. So that'll be going to the Supreme Court, I'm sure. Yeah, so there's just like constantly something every single day, and Donald Trump, he doesn't give you any timeouts. He doesn't give you any breaks. You guys remember, even during the election period, even Kamala and Trump were running against each other. There was like a week where I got on here and I was like, not sure what I'm going to talk about. Being me, of course, there's always something to talk about. But I had moments where I was like, I'm not sure that there's going to be a lot to talk about this week. But not when Trump's in office. Not when Trump's in office. 4 years of this is going to be fucking exhausting. The law stuff hasn't even started yet. Yeah. No, it's just starting. Mitchell loves his Tesla. We should play Ginger Billy's Tesla video again. We should play that. I think that it still holds up. It still holds up, guys. Let's click a button. Let's put me in little me. What's up, Starman? It's 4:20 somewhere, guys. 4:20 somewhere. I don't know. What time is it in Arizona nowadays? Because Arizona doesn't do the daylight savings time. So what time is it in Arizona, guys? All right. Let's see. We got into it. Chat's up. Video's up. Boom. Look at that, guys. I'm becoming a professional. I think I say that a lot, but I am becoming a professional. I'm getting better. Hope you guys seen my new videos. They're getting more professional by the day. 5:10. All right, we're on the same time. Redonk. All right. Arizona, 5:10. California, back to the same time as Arizona. Good shit. Feels better that way. I'm still against daylight savings time. I don't care. I'm still against it. It's 0.10 a.m. in London. I don't even know what is that. Oh, that's midnight, right? Just past midnight. Are we talking military time? 8:10 Eastern. I can still do Eastern. I also changed my category. I usually have my live stream under entertainment, so we're going to see if that affects anything. We've had pretty good views over on the Angry Ginger Clips channel, and we keep that in the politics and news category. And, I started this channel doing a lot more, like, funny stuff, entertaining stuff. So I know I picked up a lot of you guys through that, and so I've kept it on entertainment. But we're going to see if this changes anything in the realm of who shows up, who sees it, because every day that I'm doing YouTube is a new learning experience for me. I'm telling you guys that right now, every day. I wish I was in Hawaii too. Dude, let's do that. Everybody should move to Hawaii. That's not outside of America, but at least it's an island. Okay, wait, actually, let's not, because they've got enough white people, enough howlies coming over there, all right? I don't know if I should bring my transparent white ginger ass over to the Hawaiian Islands. They've had enough. I don't need to be colonizing. Let's see. Let's see what we're going to do here. I watched the D.C. protests at Fox and CNN. Jessica Dinson covered it. Nice. Nice. I'm going to check that out. What up, Tia? Tia in the house. All the good people. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Dude, Marshawn Lynch, forever. Forever going to be. His quotes will live forever. Legendary shit, okay? All right. Let's see what we got. We got Titus. We got Donnie's Auto Mart. We got the burn. You know what? You know what? Something that's really annoying me? I go into some left-wing chats every once in a while. And I go into the left-wing chats. And I say something along the lines of, like, it would have been probably a good move on Kamala's part to try to get Bernie to be VP. And people respond so negatively to Bernie still. No, fucking socialist bullshit. Like, I want to start asking left-wing people the same shit I used to ask right-wing people about Biden. Name something that Bernie Sanders has done, policy-wise, that you disagree with. Name something that he has, like, talked about that you disagree with. Because if you're on the left, you most likely believe that UBI is a good thing. You most likely believe in universal health care. You most likely believe in either free college or college forgiveness. It's like, it's such a weird thing to see left-wing people that hate Bernie. I still do not get it. I still don't understand it. Starman, thank you for the membership. Thank you so much. Dude, I appreciate that so much. He wants everything to be free and does not understand taxes. Icehouse. I bet, dude, your name is Icehouse for life. Oh my God. You're named after, like, one of the worst beers ever made, and you're going to tell somebody about taxes. Oh my God, go drink more shitty beer. Please go change your name to Natty Ice, though. If you're going to come in here with a shitty beer name, it's got to be Natty Ice for life. Okay? That's my rule. God damn it. Let's get extra. You got a membership. Congrats. Bernie, breadlines are a good thing, Sanders. Yeah, that's kind of like, he doesn't believe everything should be free. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's the politically illiterate stance that everything that Bernie believes is everything should be free. And I know that because I had that opinion. Most of the time that I'm talking about a lot of these things, it's because I formerly had these opinions about these people. And then I spent more time actually, like, researching who they are as far as, like, politicians, what they've done, what policies they've endorsed, what they voted for. And each person that I've looked more and more into, minus Trump, I've become more disenchanted with everyday people's opinions on these politicians. Because I don't think that Bernie Sanders thinks everything should be free. I think that Bernie Sanders believes that certain things should be human rights. And it's just like, it's such a politically illiterate point of view to say he doesn't understand taxes. Oh my God. Anyways, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. My bots are insane. My bot army is the best bot army. It's mostly on Kick, okay? The two people that watch my show on Kick, almost always bots. Always. What's up, Manny? What's going on? What's happening, RA? Oz? Did I say hi, Oz? What's happening, Oz? What's going on? Yeah. Keystone Ice for life. That's what I'm talking. Let's start getting some shitty beer arguments up in the chat. That's what I want. This is what, if we want to talk about things that need to be debated in a Trump electoral cycle, well, not cycle, I guess, a Trump term, in a Trump term, the thing that we should be arguing in a Trump term is which shitty beer is the best shitty beer. I think so. I think that's right? What's happening, Swift Returns? My money actually is on Still Reserve, okay? There's no way that a person can drink Still Reserve and not get drunk. That's like homeless drunk, okay? That's like tweaker break into your car drunk. But if I'm actually going to go for any beer that is dear to my heart, that was a shitty beer, we're going Old English, okay? Charcoal filtered, you can't beat charcoal filtered. What's happening, James? Zima! Zima! Remember when they brought back Zima? Oh, Moosehead. Oh, Cobra. Yeah, the King Cobra. We're not drinking malt liquor until the recession hits. Fuck, I'm way ahead. Rolling Rock. Oh, the $9.99 12-pack. It's still like $9.99. Rolling Rock is recession-proof, guys. St. Ides. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. See, this is now we're getting into it. Now we're talking about stuff people know stuff about, okay? Yeah, I can't be angry when we're talking about shitty beer. That's a big part of my childhood, okay? Rolling Rock is actually decent, but you can't drink more than like 3. Shit'll give you heartburn. Same thing with Zima. Let's see. Where do we want to start today? Why don't we start by talking about this? Trump enacts a 1790s law to target alien enemies for detention and deportation. Here we go. In his latest move to clamp down on illegal immigration and immigration more broadly, President Trump has filed a presidential action invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. I can't help but make fun of myself when I read. A seldom used law that gives the president authority to detain or deport nationals of an enemy nation during wartime. It's only the 4th time in American history a president has used the act, and the first since World War II. Bringing it back! Is this what making America great again looks like? Tariffs from 1870, enemy alien acts of 1798. Is this what it looks like? This is what it is. The directive targets members of Tren de Aragua, or as the Trumpers like to say, Tren de Agua. Okay, there's no R for the Trumpers. It's just Tren de Agua, a Venezuelan prison gang, and authorizes expedited removal of all Venezuelan citizens 14 and older deemed to be members of the organization who are not U.S. citizens or lawful permanent residents. And once again, we're going to get into how these types of things can be an issue when they can be used against people that are of Venezuelan descent that are not part of that gang, right? Because you're not going to know. I'm not going to know. The only people that know are the people that are deporting the people. And if they tell you, yeah, all these Venezuelans, they're all part of a gang. It's a big gang. It's the worst gang. They're all aliens. I also want to tell you guys this, okay? I want to tell you guys this. When I saw the Alien Enemies Act, I thought of something different. I thought for sure extraterrestrials had finally visited. I was like, all right, here we go. Fucking, we got a volcano about to blow up in Alaska. The aliens are coming down. You know, I thought it was going to be a lot more interesting than this. This is just more Trump. If you're brown, you gotta go stuff. According to the Presidential Act, those people are liable to be apprehended, restrained, secured, and removed as alien enemies. I'm sure they will make ASMR videos about them as well. An executive action signed in January that designated Tren de Aragua as a foreign terrorist organization paved the way for direct removal of its members from U.S. territory under the Alien Enemies Act, declaring that along with MS-13, a gang with origins in El Salvador, not included Saturday's actions. Wait, MS-13 is not included? That's probably good for all the Mexicans. That's good. I got a lot of Mexican friends I grew up with. Fucking, I support y'all. I don't want y'all getting fucking, they're like, he's from MS-13. That's all we need. President, an unusual and extraordinary threat to national security, foreign policy, and economy. The announcement from the White House came just hours after a federal judge issued a temporary restraining order against the removal of 5 Venezuelan men for 14 days under the expected invocation of the act. An emergency hearing on the matter will take place Saturday evening. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there's 5 people that he wants to remove. And he's like, fine, you won't let me do it? All right. They're gang members. Tren de agua. The expedited removal process allowed under the act means that those subject to the president's declaration would not go through the normal immigration court process or be able to claim asylum. Advocates fear that invoking the act would also open the door for targeting and deportations of other individuals regardless of their status or criminal records. Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. I mean, it's not fucking hard to see what dude does. It's not hard at all. There's nothing in the law itself that would require it to be limited to undocumented individuals or individuals who have committed crimes, said Catherine Jon Ebright, counsel on the Liberty and National Security team at the center-left Brennan Center for Justice. It's not about legal status, consistent with the idea that it's a wartime authority, not an immigration authority. Trump just like looks for shit and he's like, Alien Enemy Act. That's it. Let's use it. They're like, sir, it doesn't really apply. He's like, don't care. Like the name. Let's see. It's also unclear how the inclusion of minors in the president's action Saturday will play into legal challenges. Like a 10-year-old Venezuelan kid going to get fucking brought up on charges. Trump has laid the groundwork to bring back the old law. Trump threatened today's move since... Okay, hold on. One more time. Trump threatened today's move since his early days on the campaign trail in 2023. In several rallies, he vowed to invoke the Alien Enemies Act to target and dismantle every migrant criminal network. Immigration was a top theme. Yeah, we know about that. Legal challenges to enforcing the act. Let's read about this. The Alien and Enemies Act is the last of the 4 Alien and Sedition Acts. The other 3, which have been repealed or expired, it allows the president to detain, relocate, or deport non-citizens from a foreign nation or government considered an enemy during wartime. We're not at war. Well, I mean, Trump did just bomb Yemen, right? Didn't he just bomb the Houthis? Remember when they were like, he's the most anti-war president of all time. Just bombed Yemen. Literally trying to both cozy up to Putin while bombing Putin's allies. The dude is seriously the dumbest human being alive. Like, he really thinks that Russia's going to like forego their relationship with China and their other allies, North Korea, Iran. Why? Because, I don't know, because he likes Trump. That's what he thinks. I can't do it. The last time the act was invoked was World War II, during which, 31,000 suspected enemy aliens of mostly Japanese, Italian, and German descent were placed in internment camps and military facilities. The law requires war to be formally declared, which only Congress has the authority to do. And here's something about that's really crazy, because during World War II, during the retention of Japanese people, Earl Warren, who at the time was, I want to say governor, maybe a senator of California, he later became a Supreme Court justice during the Red Scare. He was quoted, or he was asked, and he said, the reason that Japanese people have to be retained or put in retention camps was because you couldn't tell whether or not they were part of the enemy. And when he was asked, well, what about like Italian and German people? He went, well, because they're of Caucasian descent, we can better understand their motives. Therefore, we can more easily tell if they're the enemy or not. That's how fucking dumb racism is. Okay? They're like, because they're Caucasian, we can totally tell. Like, look that shit up. That's real. I just read that in that fucking Red Scare book. George Fishman, senior legal fellow at the Conservative Center of Immigration Studies and former deputy general counsel at Department of Homeland Security during the first Trump administration, has been a strong proponent of the act. Still, he has acknowledged legal challenges of defining illegal immigration as an invasion and labeling gangs as foreign nations. What? So that's what it is. He's saying we're at war with immigration. This is where we're at. Oh my God. It'll be an uphill struggle to get the federal court to sign off on its use, Fishman said. Federal courts have never, up until now, bought off on en masse illegal immigration as getting the definition of invasion under the U.S. Constitution's use of the term. That's what I'm fucking saying. But he said that the question of invasion and predatory incursion could still be reasonably argued in court. Immigrant right groups, including the American Civil Liberties Union, are already fighting the effort and have urged local governments to put in place measures that limit the use of local resources to assist with immigration enforcement. So pretty much the same thing that has been happening is going to continue to happen. You know, Trump with his whole, I'm going to deport millions of immigrants, is going to be like 10 million by Tuesday. Like, that was 30,000 or 35,000 is what he's gotten so far, because everybody's like, yeah, fuck off. Yeah, like, go sell cars on the lawn of the White House. Go do that shit. Get the fuck away from us. Legal experts also say there's a legal precedent that may make this difficult as well. Abright said that historical efforts to make wartime powers into peacetime immigration enforcement have never succeeded in the courts. Challenges will come from the nonprofit sector, advocacy space, as well as from states, and very well could result in the court striking down an effort to use the Alien Enemies Act. But at this point, I mean, that's just par for the course. Like, over and over again, Trump tries something, the courts strike it down, he's just going to keep trying. He's like the dude that can't figure out why none of the girls like him, right? Like, he's like, okay, hold on, one more try with being an asshole, because I've heard that women like assholes. He just keeps trying it over and over again, and then he's like, I don't know why, nothing's working. Jesus Christ. You think Greenland is going to be annexed considering the vote they just had? Because of the fact that they voted against it. What's happening, Silent? Silent, I watched The Enemy Within. I like The Enemy Within. That's a good dude right there. What's happening, Junior? What's happening? Is that what you're talking about, Redonk? Where they voted the guy into office that was like the least Trumpy? He said, well, all of them are non-Trumpers. They all hate Trump. But he said he was like the one that said it the most, right? Oh, this is the video I wanted to watch for you. This is the guy I was talking to you about, Redonk. This is Chris Norland. He's a Tesla investor that shits on Elon for decreasing the price of the Tesla stock. So here we go. This is them. I'm sure these guys aren't going to fucking explain this very well, but yeah. Whoops. Drink. Wrong audio channel. There we go.
Invoked the Alien Enemies Act today. Now a federal judge is considering a wide-reaching order to block him from deporting non-citizens under that act.
The president took action, saying the U.S. is
What's up,
being
Dan?
invaded
What's up,
by
my
the
Tish?
Venezuelan gang Trende
What's up, guys?
Aragua. Earlier, a federal judge had granted a temporary restraining order barring the president from deporting 5.
I love how he has to, like, watch every single step. Look at this motherfucker. Like, they make fun of Biden, and look how Trump walks down a set of stairs.
A federal judge.
He has to see every single step. His ass has made too many jokes about Biden falling down them stairs. He lives in a constant state of fear that he's going to fall down a set of stairs. Also, if his old ass falls down a set of stairs, it's over.
Judge had granted a temporary restraining order barring the president.
Yeah, that didn't take long. What's up, Max Left?
Deporting 5 Venezuelans under the Alien Enemies Act. It's only been used 3 other times.
Yeah, I like
One
Chris
was
Norland.
part of the internment of Japanese American civilians during World War II. The Alien Enemies Act could allow the president to speed up deportations.
Watch breaking.
But it won't. But it won't. So it's just like, it's more fucking shock and awe, right? It's just more attempts by Trump to do whatever he can to circumvent, like, the legal system. It's so funny to watch Trump supporters try to, like, build this foundation of being free speech, constitutionalists, we love the founders, and then to watch Trump try to circumvent over and over again everything that they have ever done. It's like the worst hypocrisy of all time. My Tesh, 20 memberships! My dude! Thank you so much. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. I don't even know who all these people are. Blop got one, though. Blop got one. Dude. I need my president to be able to both ascend and descend stairs. Right Play got one. Oh, congratulations. And welcome to the Ginger Army. We are getting stronger by the day, guys. Thank you so much, Mytesh. Thank you. Peace World. I like that. That's a good name. Peace World. Linda B. Eric Flowers. Let's grow that Ginger Empire. That's what I'm saying. Thank you so much. Where did I go? Okay, what did I do? Okay, let's watch Bernie. This is obviously what's going on right now. Here's the thing. When they first started talking about the CR, I was like, 100% shut it down, right? Shut it down. Like, you need to send a message. And then when Schumer came out and talked, I gave him, I'm not a big Schumer fan, by the way. I gave him his flowers and was like, okay, maybe he's right. Because Trump is trying to push to shut down the government. So I see how those two ideas could parallel each other, right? But here's the thing. If you're going to make an argument and you're going to say that something is happening, and what Schumer obviously said, well, we have to be very careful because this is just playing into Trump's hands and shutting down the government will just make it so that way Elon and Trump can run wild. And that's not a bad argument if you're talking about like a normal ass president that isn't already running fucking wild. And somebody asked him, I think it was maybe Rachel Maddow or something like that, asked him, okay, so isn't Trump already firing people? Isn't Elon Musk already firing people? Wouldn't that just be the same thing that's going on? And he just went, yeah. So my thing with the shutdown is I think the left Democratic voters, independents that weren't for Trump, need to see the left having a spine, doing something that will like send a message to Trump and to Republicans that you're not going to just let a CR pass that's going to like defund local governments, not completely defund, but take away money from local governments. And it's just insane. And I think it's because Schumer's old. I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, he's a fucking Trump shill now and all this stuff. That's not going to be my lane, right? I think Schumer is a prime example of the left-wing establishment that is old as fuck, thinks they should be playing by the same rules, that still hasn't caught up to 2009, and thinks that, like, oh no, like, what we have to do is we have to continue but to play by the rules and show bipartisanship. You guys saw it in the Al Green censure, where he had 10 Democrats, including Adam Kinzinger, Jared Moskowitz, who voted to censure him, right? And their response was, well, we have to remember decorum. We have to remember that there's rules. We need somebody in charge of the Senate on the Democrat side that does not play old school games. Because Donald Trump and the right have proven now, they have proven without a doubt that the game has changed. That playing this bipartisan, stick to the rules, don't use loopholes. I mean, look what Trump's doing right now with the Alien Enemies Act. He's proven that's not how the game is played anymore. And Schumer and the rest of these dipshits up there like saying things like, well, it's way worse, but then they can't prove how it could be worse. Because when a government shuts down, what happens, yes, is federal workers are furloughed. For sure, 100%. People in national parks are furloughed. But they're already furloughed. He's already shutting down the national parks. He's already sending government workers home. And by the way, with the government shutdown, which we've seen 4 or 5 times in the last 30 years, so it's not like it doesn't happen. In fact, it happened during Trump's last time when he's the one who had a government shutdown for 34 days because he didn't get his border wall money, right? What happens with those government employees is they don't lose that money. They get back pay. They get retroactive pay. So even making the argument that it's going to hurt those government employees financially doesn't stick. Because they do get paid retroactively. In fact, if I was a fucking federal government employee, I'd be like, yeah, like, let's shut this bitch down. I could use a month-long vacation that I get paid for. So my opinion on it, originally, shut it down. I heard what Schumer said. I said it has some validity. And then looking further into it, it doesn't seem to have the validity that Chuck Schumer is postulating that it does. And instead, it seems as though what Chuck Schumer is saying is, we're the left, we're the tolerant left, we have to, I'm giving him a Trump voice right now, that's what he fucking gets. We're the tolerant left, so we have to play by the rules, and we have to use decorum. We're past that. The left needs younger, more engaged, more up-to-date leadership. And it's funny that Bernie Sanders' old ass is more up-to-date than Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer might be just as old, though. So anyways, let's watch Bernie Sanders. Nobody should have voted for the terrible CR. I want to hear what Bernie's got to say about this. Let's see if Bernie agrees with me, okay? He Trump did strikes on Yemen. Yeah. On Yasan? I think that's how you say it. Sejan? I think it's Sejan. I don't know. I'm from the trailer park. Anyways, let's watch Bernie. Nobody should have voted for this terrible CR.
On this terrible continuing resolution written by right-wing Republicans in the House with no input from anybody but themselves.
Yep.
This bill
partisan.
moves our country toward authoritarianism by usurping Congress's constitutional responsibility to determine how federal funds are spent, and creates at the same time a slush fund for Elon Musk and Donald Trump to continue their war against the working families of our country.
Fucking exactly. And here's the second part about that, is that this is a CR that goes until September. So right now, polls were showing that Democrats, Republicans, and Trump, right? That's who was in the poll. 53% of people said that they would blame Donald Trump or the Republicans for the shutdown. And that's rightly so, because when you have one side of the House that says we're not going to work with the other side of the House, we're not going to include anything that's going to be helpful to, Democratic constituents that make up 50% or more of our society, that's a fucking problem. But if we would have shut down the government today, that would have been perfectly fine. People would have agreed. Now, if you want to get closer to holidays, you're talking about September, you're talking about Christmas, and now you're going to start talking about a government shutdown? Now you've put yourself in an even worse place to make the argument that it's time to shut down the government.
This bill puts more and more power into the hands of the White House. At a time when 60% of our people are living paycheck to paycheck and millions are struggling to keep their heads above water, this bill makes massive cuts to housing, healthcare, and nutrition, jeopardizes the functioning of the Social Security Administration, and continues the Trump administration's attack against veterans and the Veterans Administration.
Yep.
This bill will make the rich richer and the poor poorer.
As they always do. And the one thing that is like a silver lining to this is you guys are seeing all over the place right now, you're seeing veterans stand up and say, this is bullshit. Like, I gave for my country. My friends sacrificed for this country. And now you're firing me without even like sitting down with me and talking to me. Not because I had bad reviews, not because I had bad performance, but because you think that I'm a waste? Like, if there's one group of people in this country that you shouldn't piss off, is going to be the veterans. And it just shows how fucking dumb Elon Musk is and how dumb Donald Trump is that they don't even get that they are pissing off the worst people to piss off in this country. And I hope they fuck around and find out.
In order to pass this legislation, the Republicans needed 60 votes, which meant that they had to have 7 votes from Democrats. And they got them. Actually, they got 10 votes.
It's fucking insane.
That is sad. That is an absolute dereliction of duty on the part of the Democratic leadership. Nobody in this Senate should have voted for this dangerous bill. In America today, as all of you know, we face an unprecedented set of crises. We are moving rapidly toward an oligarchic form of society where Elon Musk and other billionaires are running the government. We are moving rapidly toward authoritarianism, where Trump is ignoring the Constitution and the separation of powers. We are moving rapidly toward a massive Republican bill, a reconciliation bill, that will cut Medicaid and other programs desperately needed by working families.
Yep, and it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing over and over and over again with this administration. It's going to be, we say this is going to happen. People say, you're crazy. People are like, what's wrong? Trump would never do that. Trump would never do that. Then Trump does it. He gives them a whack-ass explanation like, bro, I found the fraud using my algorithms. Elon's a genius. And then Trump supporters go, that's based. That's actually real. Like, Trump's right. Medicaid's got to go. Like, over and over and over again, we've seen this play out.
In order to provide the 1% with over $1 trillion in tax breaks.
God
damn. And in the midst of all of that,
$1 trillion.
Climate change, the existential threat to our planet, is completely ignored by the Republican leadership. So, where do we go from here? As you've heard me say many times, the economic and political crises facing our country will not be solved here in Washington, D.C. The system is just too corrupt. As a result of Citizens United, billionaires are able to spend unlimited sums of money buying and selling politicians, and that is what they do.
Yep.
Further, on any given day, thousands of corporate lobbyists roam the halls of Congress doing the bidding of their corporate masters.
Once again, all these Trump supporters talk about how corporations like BlackRock, bro, they're taking over, they're doing all this shit, which, of course, BlackRock now is in Donald Trump's pocket. That's not hypocritical at all. They shouldn't be able to just buy politicians. Big Pharma shouldn't be able to buy politicians. Fucking big green energy, whatever you want to call it, okay? That's what they're big on big green energy. They hate big green energy. I don't even know if green energy is big, but they hate it. Even if you want to posit this question to a Trump supporter where you would say, okay, you don't like the pharmaceutical industry. You don't like green energy. You don't like corporations that you don't agree with like Target, right? Do you accept that those people having the ability to influence politicians to either make their businesses more profitable or you poorer, do you accept that that's a bad thing? And they can't do it. They can't do it because Citizens United is backed by somebody like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is one of those people that have played both sides of this game. He was a lobbyist as a businessman that lobbied politicians to give better tax breaks to him as a wealthy person, and now he's the president of the United States. You don't get much more corrupt than that.
If there has ever been a time in the modern history of our country where ordinary people at the grassroots level have got to stand up and fight back, now is that time. Now is the time to reclaim our democracy. Now is the time to demand that we have an economy that works for all of us and not just the billionaire class. Now is the time.
How is that a bad message? This is what I'm saying. Every time that I approach people on the left and say, you know, Bernie's not some kind of extremist. Bernie's, you know, his ideas aren't really that far-fetched. Like, sure, does it need to be, you know, taken to other people, looked at, and then you have, you know, the conservative point of view, the establishment Democrat point of view, and then Bernie's point of view, and then you find something policy-wise that works. Sure, that's the way the government's supposed to work. But do you really think this is what an extremist sounds like? Is this really communism? Is this really like the worst form of government that you've ever heard of before? This right here, saying billionaires are bad and people should fucking stand up and use their voice and help each other become more successful and happy in our society. That's extremism? Come on, man.
For each and every one of us, as proud Americans, to
What's
get
happening, Sean?
involved in the political process in any and every way that we can. Because here is the simple truth. The vast majority of the American people, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see us maintain a corrupt campaign finance system
but MAGA's
which
a
allows
cult.
billionaires to buy elections. The vast majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see Congress give tax breaks to billionaires and cut
That's fucking
programs that
insane.
low-income and
It's
working
insane.
families need. The vast majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see a handful of billionaires running our government. The vast majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, do not want to see us lose our democracy and move toward authoritarianism. The truth is, we can stop all of that. We can create a government that works for all of us and not just the few.
That's pretty extreme, Bernie. Pretty extreme.
But as evidenced today, it ain't going to happen here in Washington. It's going to happen out in your community, and in your community, and in your community. We are the majority. They are the 1%. The vast majority of the people are with us. They have the billionaires. Let us go forward together. Let us create the kind of nation you and I know that we can become. Thank you very much.
Dude, Bernie is so fucking based, dude. Like, there's no, like, the video was the video was them voting on the CR was a terrible idea. And the man finds a way to still make it sound like he's just trying to get everybody together. If that's extremism, I'm straight up terrorizer, right? Like, this dude right here comes out and says, what we want is to make a world for everybody where they feel good. And fucking certain people on the left are like, fucking commie, socialist. It's like they're still to this day so goddamn sensitive from the Red Scare that they're afraid that any single thing that's ever said by a person that even comes close to a socialistic policy is extreme. Come on now. Come on. Dude, let's go Bernie. Is Ojeda is he in the 9th District, North Carolina? Is he running? Is Ojeda running? I didn't know that. I've talked to Ojeda a couple times. Talked about punching Nazis with Ojeda once. It's pretty good. Imagine if his own party didn't snub an election. He had my vote. Yeah. And here's the crazy. You want to know the crazy thing about that, Redonk? He didn't have my vote. Because like I said, at that time in 2016, I was politically illiterate. Knew fucking nothing. Zero. So if somebody came to me and was like, Bernie's a socialist, I was like, that's bad, right? And they're like, yeah, that's bad. I'm like, oh, okay. Don't vote for Bernie, right? Politically illiterate. And it's important to recognize that. It's important to say to yourself, like, at one point or another, my opinions were ignorant. And then as you work your way forward, doing something about that so you're not willfully ignorant. It's like, the reason I love Bernie is because Bernie has always done the right thing. Like, you want to call Bernie an extremist? Do you know what an extremist would have done after losing out to Hillary in that primary? Do you know what an extremist would have done after being removed from the primary against Biden? Do you know what a real actual extremist would have done? They would have burnt down the fucking party. Like the whole goddamn thing. Bernie didn't become MAGA. That's what an extremist does. Bernie didn't fucking go on this crusade to shit on every Democrat he possibly could. No, that's what an extremist would do. Bernie didn't go Fetterman. He didn't go Newsom. He didn't sacrifice his values, even though people like myself that were politically illiterate were shitting on him for no reason. Not that I like openly shit on Bernie, but I was like, oh no, it doesn't seem like... I had the same opinion fucking Cheap Beer Bro had. I had the same exact opinion. If you would have asked me in 2016 if Bernie Sanders should run for the president, I would have said two things. I would have said, Bernie wants everything to be free, and I would have said, that's communism. You can't pay for it. He doesn't understand. It's pipe dreams. I've used those words. The things that Bernie Sanders believes are pipe dreams. And the reason that I thought that was because I was ignorant. I didn't understand even how the government works. I wanted to be just like everybody else wants to be. I wanted to be like, you know what, man? Like, you can't tell me I'm stupid. I know things. But the thing is every once in a while somebody got to tell you you're stupid, man. Every once in a while somebody has to say the shit you believe is stupid. And I don't mean that in like a derogatory way. I mean it in the way of like, that's ignorant. Like, you literally don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's why I love Bernie. Because Bernie has towed that fucking line of both speaking up and speaking out, but also still supporting the form of government that he believes inches him closer and closer to getting what he wants for everybody else. That's why I fucking love Bernie, dude. That's why I love Bernie. What's happening, Nina? Yeah, you gotta have some. That's why I was saying the other day it's democratic socialism. Anybody that's like socialism is bad, you benefit from socialistic policies, socialistic community groups. You benefit from the fire department, from the police department, from the military, from Social Security, from healthcare, from welfare, from unemployment. You benefit from all of those things. Sure. Do I believe in the total idea of like everybody's exactly equal regardless of effort, regardless of what they put into it? No, of course not. That's not realistic. And that's why you need democracy. So you need democratic socialism. The idea that you use democracy to help install social safety nets that make up for the failings of democracy. There is no such thing as a pure government. When people talk about China being communistic, they talk about it as being communistic, not as being a communist government, because it's not a communist government. It is a government that is communist that uses capitalism within it in a free market, or the closest that you can get in today's world, because once again, there's no such thing as a completely free market either, to accomplish its goals. The problem is people get semantically like focused on what the word means, right? Like just semantics are the most important things to people. No, it's democracy. No, it's not. It's actually not democracy. It's a constitutional republic. The fucking funny thing is it's a little bit of all of those things. It's a little bit of socialism. It's a little bit of a constitutional republic. It's a little bit of democracy. It's a little bit of a representative democracy. Like, it fucking drives me nuts that people would shit on somebody like Bernie Sanders because he's an extremist. It's fucking crazy. You like that, Manny? It's fresh. It's fresh. Just happened. Finally got some propane. I hadn't showered in a while. Like 4 days. 4 days, no shower. Ever since the 70s, he's always said, someday I'll be president. Just you wait. Guess that's what's 2025, but he's still acting like we need a president like me. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Rusty? What's up, Terry? Thank you for the support, guys. You glad he ate a gummy before this speech? Are you talking about me? Dude, if I ate a gummy, you guys would be in big trouble. If I ate a gummy, dude, I haven't smoked in 5 years. If I smoked or if I ate a gummy right now, this would be the most laid back stream of all time. You guys would have to, somebody would need to call my house and wake me up. I would go right to sleep if I smoked right now. Okay, it's been a while. Let's watch the Donnie's Mark commercial, and also just for any of you guys out there that don't know, yeah, 4 days with that. What's happening, Enemy Within? What's up, man? Thank you so much for being here. Everybody talks real good about you. I checked out your channel. I love that shit. Here, this is this right here. This is Mr. Newberger's AI Funnies. This dude's hilarious. He's got so many funny ass videos. And it's so well done. It's all AI and stuff, but it's dope. It's super dope. Yeah. Oh, sorry. If Ginger could explain how he makes his hair only grow on his beard worth millions. I was like, hold on, what does that mean? Let me just tell you this. I grow hair all over my body. Not here, okay? All of this right here, this still goes. This still goes good, man. It grows good. Up here, not happening. Yeah, thanks for being here, Enemy from Within. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Let's watch this.
Come on down to Donnie's Auto Mart. Pick yourself up a brand.
Okay, hold on. Is this AI or is this actually what was out front? Because this looks like it was just what was out front.
New Tesla 2025.
If you don't buy a Tesla, I will have you arrested. Don't
Too close to the truth.
forget my mandate.
You know the swastika price on this car?
Oh, no. The swastika. Oh, dog. The swastika. Oh, no. Oh, that is amazing. Like, you can if you want to get a Tesla for 10% off, you can use my discount, Nazi. Type in NAZI and get 10% off all Teslas.
The price on this car? Come.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I did it again. There you guys go. I was enjoying the video by myself. All right, we'll start over. Old man alert. I need somebody to push buttons for me. I told you guys, I need somebody to push buttons for me. Oh, I was enjoying that so much all by myself. All by myself. Just watching the video. It was fun. It was a good video. What's happening, 5 Alarm Fire? What's going on? Dude, you guys, all you guys that come from the Enemy Within are you fucking awesome people. Pinker, what's up, Pinker? Like, dude, this is what I'm talking about, is bring the communities together, right? Like, I've told you guys, like, go watch Enemy Within. Go watch Pep Talks. Like, go check out these people. And, like, it really is. It's the greatest feeling is bringing the communities together. Like, it's cool as fuck to have you guys. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. And, you know, I wouldn't be here without you guys. But kind of one of the coolest things about YouTube, and specifically, like, political YouTube, is seeing the communities kind of mesh and, like, come together. Like, we get the 21st century suffragettes in here. You know, Enemy Within's got his people coming through here. You know, I want to see my people and other people's chats. I love going over to, like, my dude and being in chat and seeing all of you guys. I see Golf over there. I see Woke Mike over there. Like, that's, like, really gives you such a good fucking positive, happy feeling. And that's, like, at an all-time low nowadays, right? Like, we need that more than anything. We need more than anything those positive moments to counteract all this bullshit, all this dumb shit. We need intelligent thought, intelligent arguments to counteract the dumb shit and the bullshit. And then we need positive energy, and we need communities coming together and supporting each other across YouTube to counteract all the negativity and the bullshit. Like, that's where I'm at with that. I'm going to need someone to push those buttons, so I'm about to be... If you want to help me out, Manny, maybe I'll put you in charge. 5 Alarm Fire, $20. Absolutely appreciate what you are doing as well, dude. I like I said, I'm just up here. I just talk. I just say the dumbest shit. You know, that the best thoughts my trailer park education can bring out. That's all. That's the best I got. It's you guys. Like I said, you guys are the ones who actually like make this shit happen. Like, and like Bernie said, dude, it don't happen up here. It happens down there, right? Like, more than anything, if you guys get out and you guys, you know, you spread that message, and you got to have some patience. You do have to have some patience. But you guys get out there and don't let these fucking negative fucks affect you. You know, like, you're going to show through your actions, by your example, that the way to live a happy life, a positive life, to be like able to get through this adversity and this bullshit, like, that you know how to do it. And other people, they'll glom on. They'll catch on to what you're doing. And they will start to do the things that you do. So I appreciate you 100%. Thank you so much for that, 5 Alarm. Thank you. All right, so this time for reals. This time for reals. Robert Blake, what's up? Allegedly. All right, one more time. This is Mr. Newberger's AI funny videos. You guys should be checking him out. You should be subscribing. You should be liking his channel. This is Donnie's Auto Mart commercial, which I previewed already a little bit for you guys. Audio.
Come on down to Donnie's Auto Mart and pick yourself up a brand new Tesla 2025.
If you don't buy a Tesla, I will have you arrested. Don't forget my mandate.
You know the swastika price on this car?
Dude, I'm telling you.
All the trimmings. 2 windbags, IBS, no climate control, because
2 windbags with IBS. Oh shit, son. Did you see fucking Donna? Did you see Donna Trump get in the car and she was like, "It's so computer." Bro, that's our president. Oh God, that's our president. He got into the car and he said, "It's all computer." Oh shit, dude. Smartest guy ever. You guys don't understand. You guys just don't get it. He's so smart.
no climate control. 'Cause
Genius.
That's a hoax. Not to mention the extra space in the back seat for special guests. Plus, every Tesla is graffiti-proof. Sort of.
Oh no.
After a busy day of sucking up to Donald, I like to then pivot to sucking up to Elon Musk.
You guys think the Tesla has a toe sucking option? You guys think that there's you guys can put it in the different like modes and stuff. You think it's got toe sucking mode? I bet it does. Like, you just go right back to the exhaust and stick your big toe up in that bitch, and it's just like
Anything to spend 0 time with Eric and my kids. Plus, I do some of my best things in the car.
Hulk Hogan's voice.
Every car has gotta go. No, really, because these are a security risk. These things blow up. Get your Tesla today before these two turn on each other. What are you waiting for? The stop.
Dude, that's not even a joke, though. That's not even a joke. Like, you guys better, if you're a conservative and you're owning the libs by buying electric vehicles right now, we need to encourage as many of these conservatives to buy electric vehicles as we possibly can. All right, guys? Because at one point or another, Donna and Leon are going to have a fight, and it's going to be over. It's going to be over. Like, the conservatives, then the conservatives are going to start burning the Teslas. Then you're going to have lefties out there protesting, burning Teslas. You're going to have conservatives like, I should have never bought this goddamn thing. This car sucks.
Stock market, that's cooked. If you come to Donnie's Auto Mart today, we will throw in a dozen eggs. You know the price on that? So come to Donnie's Auto Mart. Where they're jumping for joy.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! He needs a larger shirt, brother. If you're gonna be like that, you gotta have extra large, okay? Like, this is what I'm saying. This dude is fucking amazing. This guy is so amazing.
Look for our special federal employee discount. To redeem, you must sign some special paperwork.
God, that's amazing.
Really hate that sad loser, Mr. Newberger.
Who, me?
All right, somebody tell me who this dude is, because every time that I like somebody, I'm like, dude, this guy's super cool. It always turns out that they end up being like they're a politician, or they're like an TV producer or something like that. There's always a backstory. But you guys can see he's got other ones on here. The 10 Don Madments. Here, we're going to go over to Mr. Newberger's channel. That's what we're going to do. Here we go. This dude is so fucking hilarious. Like, the creativity is off the charts. Tesla's at 210 right now? No shit, huh? No shit. 210. What's happening, Cheyenne? So check it out. We all watched the How to Know You're in a Cult 1953 one, right? We already watched that one. Oh, hold on. Get out of my way. I'm trying to see so. New 007 Small Fingers. New hit single, I'm Not an Invader. Hold on. Linda McMahon's education plan. I can like literally sit here and just watch Mr. Newberger videos like the whole night. We're going to watch another one. You know what? We're going to watch another one. That's right. Linda McMahon High School. Dude, the AI. Where'd the person go? There's 3.
Hello, I'm Linda McMahon, Trump's choice for Department of Education Secretary. Welcome to my model high school. Ground zero for my new plan. My plan for America's schools is simple. First, we replace all the less exciting subjects, like math, science, and reading, with wrestling. Next, putting actual wrestling rings in every classroom.
What the fuck?
And then we will replace all the lefty soy boy smarty pants.
Why is Hulk Hogan's nipples so hard? I don't really need that in my life. Like, Hulk Hogan ain't in that good a shape anymore, bro. Man, he's about to pierce that fabric. I was just about to say, the AI makes it all funnier. Dude, wrestling with no W.
Teachers with real American tough guys.
When you are in a sex tape that is released publicly, you need to treat it like WrestleMania 7.
With real world experience.
It's not enough to tell students that 2 + 2
equals 5.
You have to drill it into their stupid heads.
Hold on, is Terrence Howard teaching at the Linda McMahon high schools, bro? 2 + 2 = 5, guys.
School reform starts with caring educators who can fix your broken children.
Y'all don't
He got them moves.
Y'all need fists. The next time you bring me mushy fruit will be the last.
Oh my god.
Then we are going to give power back to the states, like in Oklahoma, where they are innovating prayer warfare in schools.
We have a new Bible in Oklahoma that doubles as a switchblade so you can defend yourself.
Hold on. It took me a second. His name is Bible Thumperson. It's Bible Thumperson. I'm telling you, this dude is fucking off the hook. Ah, the Bible that doubles as a switchblade, guys. Bible Thumperson.
As a switchblade so you can defend yourself in school from men dressed as women.
That's not a switchblade.
Hey, babe, you mind putting more oil on my back?
Johnny, I told you I am on CNN. God damn it.
How about instead of a boring Department of Education, we teach kids to roll with a concussion?
What's up, AJ?
Linda
What's up,
McMahon
Brandon?
with the throw. Oh!
What the fuck?
She's got that girl in a serious lock.
Oh!
Oh, yeah? Let's go, lady.
She's got the metal chair.
Oh, dude.
Linda, I think you messed that kid up pretty bad.
Haha.
Like even murdered the kid.
Hold on.
That's school choice. Really.
Hold on.
You don't even...
Hold on. Me and that dude might be related. That me and him actually might be related.
Kid.
I look like
That's
that with my
school
shirt
choice.
off too.
Really, you don't even know what school choice means. This is sad. Shall I explain? School choice undermines stability for students and teachers, as funding cuts to public schools often lead to larger class size and fewer resources for those who need them most. It also creates uncertainty for educators, making it harder to build strong, supportive learning environments when resources are spread thin across competing schools.
It's what Trump wants.
Yeah, it is. It's exactly what Trump wants.
Trump wants sister.
Loves that poorly educated. Oh my god.
Better listen, sister, to what Betsy DeVos is saying.
I am Linda McMahon. Betsy was the other old white lady. What? Oh my. This is awkward.
What?
Did Trump send you?
Dude, do they really look that much alike? Are they sisters?
I really hate that sad loser, Mr.
Betsy
Newberger.
kind of had a nice butt, though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Bessie did have kind of like a nice butt there. I don't know if that's real though. That's AI for sure. For sure AI. They AI'd that ass. All right. Oh my God. Welcome to the Angry Ginger channel for all of you guys that have never been here before. That's right. We go from talking about how base Bernie Sanders is to laughing really hard at swastickers. Yep. That's what we do on this channel. That's what we do here. We be snapping back and forth, okay? But we're gonna stay on cue here. We're gonna keep going with the funny stuff for a minute. Actually, you know what I want to bring up? I do want to bring up this video at one point, if we can get to it. I don't know how many of you guys know who Professor Dave is, but Professor Dave's my guy. This right here, at one point we gotta watch this right here.
Hey everyone, with Trump...
This right here. We gotta watch this at some point. The Tell of Trump and the Woke Trans Mice. If you guys like watching flat earthers just get absolutely fucking destroyed, watch Professor Dave. Professor Dave is dope. He's also got a bunch of videos on Hofstetter, Sabine, or whatever her name is, as well. Dude, Professor Dave is like one of my favorites. He's hilarious. He's even got a video of Lord Jamar, who's a old rapper, who's a flat earther, where he debates Lord Jamar, but then he like re-watches the video of him debating Lord Jamar while drinking. We should watch that sometime too. It's amazing. All right, let's check out Titus. This is an American society on brink of collapse. Time for the 25th Amendment. Remember when they kept talking about the 25th Amendment for Biden? Yeah, turnabout's fair play.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Well, the constant barrage of genius coming from the White House.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Gosh, really set the world up.
That's the clip that's going to be played like on loop of Donald Trump, bro. Years from now, 100 years from now, there's going to be people and they're like, what went wrong with America? And it's going to be Donald Trump, woman, man, giraffe, car, TV. Did you guys see the video of him talking about how the astronauts might be in love? And he said, we want them to know that we really love them. They probably love each other. And then he looks up like he's looking at the space station. And he's like, we care about you. We really do. We love you. like he's going to communicate with the fucking space station. Oh, hold on. I got to get that one more time. Because this is all you can do. This is what we have.
Barrage of genius coming from the White House.
Person, woman, man, camera.
The fucking interviewer.
TV.
Gosh, really set the world on fire. And by that, I mean this bankrupt felon rapist is burning it all down around us on the daily.
I love it.
This week, because of the judgment of a man who stared into an eclipse, America was put on the Human Rights Watch list. America is on the list with Iran and China and, you know, every other country who takes women's rights, stops people from voting, and arrest people without charges. Here's what the head of the coalition that monitors this said about us.
Okay, hold on.
This is an...
hold on. I need a moment. You gotta be kidding me. All right. Now I'm gonna let you... Oh, my God.
Unparalleled attack on the rule of law in the United States, not seen since the days of McCarthyism in the 20th century. So
just so you guys know, that's McCarthy, Roy Cohn. What? How did Roy Cohn and McCarthy have the same nose? The fuck is going on there? Because McCarthy's dead, okay? Why? You know that there's stories too about McCarthy and Roy Cohn going to motel rooms by themselves, and we all know every accusation is a confession with these guys. So maybe A little bit of something going on here too. You know what I'm saying? But that's Roy Cohn with McCarthy during the Red Scare trials. Okay, and then that's Roy Cohn with Donald Trump, young Donald Trump. That's why Donald Trump is just like Joseph McCarthy. He is using McCarthy's playbook, 100%.
So, you know, freedom! These are Republicans. They're so for freedom of speech that a list of banned words came out that are discouraged at government agencies.
Yep.
Were they words like knob gobbler or butt pirate? Nope. According to the guy who...
Dude, no. Butt pirate is 100% okay to say in the White House right now. Like, we're going idiocracy. So, butt pirate is probably how they refer to each other. What up, butt pirate?
Says he wanted to date his daughter.
Perhaps I'd be dating her.
Our government can't use words like clean energy, disability, feminism.
Oh my God.
Because Republicans are really afraid of women.
Hold on. Unconscious bias? Racial inequality? People plus uterus. What the fuck? What is this timeline? People plus uterus cannot those we would like it if you didn't use people plus uterus. People by itself acceptable. Uterus by itself acceptable. People plus uterus not acceptable. Pregnant people. Affirming care assigned at birth. Biologically male. BIPOC. Wait, black and Latinx. Why black? Climate crisis, which is actually something that a conservative came up with, so that's even fucking more amazing. Jesus Christ. That's a word that a conservative came up with. Climate crisis came from a Republican that feared that saying global warming was going to lead the Democrats to a place where they would never be out of office because everybody would be afraid of global warming. That's their word. They created climate crisis. Jesus Christ. Disparity? MX? What the fuck is MX? Like, I don't know some of these words. Traumatic? You can't say traumatic anymore? Like, that shit was traumatic for me? They, them? Hold on. How do you talk if you can't say they or them? What the fuck? Gulf of Mexico! These people are idiots. This is the dumbest shit of all time. Most risk. What the fuck is going on? Confirmation bias! Jesus Christ.
Other words banned by Trump.
It is a real
Injustice,
list? Oh my God.
Multicultural, pregnant people, sexuality, and victims. And that's a partial list. And weirdly enough, to honor Trump's best friend,
Pinker.
you can still say pedophile. Rest in peace, Jeffrey. I'm sorry. I mean, rest in peace, Jeffrey.
I'd fly over, drop
There you
him
go.
right on top.
So, we are now living in the beginning of a dystopian Orwellian nightmare that millions of Americans voted for.
For all I know, you're crazy as a loon. But that's not why you're here. That's not why you're here. It's not why you're here. You're here because of the system.
Good game, idiots.
Bye. That's the end of that.
The Trump administration is
It's fucking
also
every Trump supporter
investigating
ever.
60 colleges and has warned them to not protest.
He then sent everyone at Kent State a new hoodie.
He said protesting may violate the Civil Rights Act. And I thought, thank God the GOP is finally backing people's civil rights. Yeah. No. The letter from the Office for Civil Rights went to colleges under investigation for alleged violations of Title IV of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 related to anti-Semitic harassment and discrimination. Well, good. Anti-Semitism is wrong, you know, like here. Yeah, these anti-Semites, he pardoned these guys after they attacked the Capitol.
Yeah.
A young man, Mohammed Khalias, I think that's his name, a Palestinian who is exercising his First Amendment rights and protesting the killing of Palestinians. Well, this last weekend, ICE arrested him on Saturday without telling him
No. They didn't arrest him. They detained him. Remember, guys, we learned this on last stream. He's just detained. I don't know what you guys are freaking out about. He's just detained. He's totally not arrested. Because every time I've ever been grabbed by people, put in handcuffs, and then kept in a place for a long period of time, it was because I was being detained. I'm going to use that from this point on. I've never been arrested. I've only been detained. Jesus
More his
Christ.
pregnant U.S. citizen wife. Why? They said they were revoking his green card, claiming that Khalil had led activities
kidnapped his
aligned
ass.
to Hamas.
Exactly.
He's in college. He protested the war in Palestine where he was born. He's a Palestinian. But here's the weird part. They didn't charge him with a crime, which is actually against the law. So again, the full of shitness is still in the upper end of the Nazi scale in America currently.
Hold on. You got Jews, Zelensky, brake tappers, Captain Crunch, paper cuts, and then as you get above the line, you got Texas, Alabama, the KKK, Kanye West. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Top of all of it, sweet potato Hitler imposed tariffs.
What's up, 21st century?
Then he imposed them. Then
Diane, what's going on, Diane?
Then he imposed
Dude, I got
them.
all the cool people today.
He rescinded them.
You press a button. Bing, bong.
He kicked our neighbors, Mexico and Canada, in the crotch. And our neighbors, well, they kicked back. However, the crotch massage that the Russians and Putin are getting from our dear leader.
You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful.
Dude. Like, how unpresidential can you be, dude? You know, there is a certain sense of professionalism, like, coming from me, a dude that was fucking born and raised in, like, the most poverty-stricken, fucked up areas you can possibly be in. Straight out of the trailer park. Even I know that acting the way that he did during that meeting with Zelensky is unprofessional. My trailer park ass is like, wow, that guy he's really acting like an idiot. Wow, that's crazy. Jesus fucking Christ. You don't know what cards you have. Dude, it would have been, man, I can't say what I want to say.
Respectful to the country, this country.
Have you said thank you once?
We are going to do a show. It's going to happen,
Isn't
Diane.
really stopping this march to a heartwarming
It's going to happen.
nuclear holocaust. So, Trump is screwing our neighbors. He is screwing the economy. He's screwing the First Amendment and screwing the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. He is also screwing government workers and he's screwing veterans. But yet making sweet, sweet love to all the billionaires and the world's worst dictator.
They want me to use the pump.
America is currently locked in a bad relationship with an evil dementia patient. It is time to 25th Amendment this bitch before we all burn. Have a nice weekend, by the way. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. How is it like every week there's like 7 things? You know, with Biden, we had one thing. Hey, Biden mumble. That's what you used to say. Biden mumble. Weird. You got to say Biden made the Constitution 9 weeks and Sundays and screwed up our economy so bad.
Ah, the good old days. The good old days when controversy was Biden misspoke. Biden called the president of Mexico the president of Guatemala. Ah, the good old days. We legit live in the dumbest fucking timeline. Yeah. Wow. And, dude, this shit with Yemen that just happened. Here, let's just bring this up real quick. Let's bring this up. U.S. bombs. Here's Al Jazeera. U.S. bombs Yemen, killing 19 after Houthis threaten Israel over Gaza. U.S. launches air attacks on Yemen's Houthis, with President Donald Trump warning that hell will rain down. This is the most peaceful president of all time. Just so you guys know, this guy doesn't start wars. Just remember that, guys. You guys were all wrong. Donald Trump doesn't start wars. He doesn't do that. He doesn't bomb people. He's super peaceful. He's just trying to bring peace to the world, okay? Your eyes are deceiving you. President Donald Trump warning that hell will rain down over attacks on Red Sea shipping. At least 19 people have been killed. you can guess that those are civilians, by the way. You can pretty much guess those are civilians. The attacks come after the Houthis threatened to resume attacks on Israel-linked ships in the Red Sea over the total blockade of the Gaza Strip, which has now entered its third week. No military or political logic to U.S. attacks on Houthis. A former U.S. diplomat says Trump's decision to launch attacks against the Houthis is misguided and will not subdue them. No shit! You can't bomb terrorism out of people. You can't create more terrorists by bombing civilians, though. This has been proven over and over again. Like, look, at the end of the day, I get it. I understand why people living in the Middle East are fucking constantly angry with each other. They're all killing each other over dumb shit all the time. Over a fucking hill. There's a hill where there's got to be a red cow bot. And it has to have the right kind of thread. And the right utensils have to be eaten. And the right building has to be there at the right time. And then then Jesus comes back, bro. Like, I get that shit. I understand that it's not a great place. But if you're in the West, or if you're Israel, or you're any other country that thinks that you're helping, like helping at all, by just bombing fucking indiscriminately civilians and shit, and I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat or a Republican or whatever, it's not helping. You're just creating more fucking terrorists. They're just gonna be like, oh, when I was like 6, my uncle was like murdered while he was smoking on his pipe outside by a fucking bomb from like a world away. That's why I hate people. Like, it doesn't make sense, man. There's better ways to go about this. There are. I'm not like 100% the peace, love hippie, right? Like, my whole family's military. I understand the need for military action. I understand that at times it's very important to defend yourself and your nation and, like, your ideology, the things you believe, your morals. And sometimes you have to do that through physical force. 100% get that. But what you don't do is just fucking shoot missiles. And you're like, push the button, bro. Because you just make the situation worse. Email you tomorrow? I could probably do that. I'll email you. For 100% for sure. I will email you. I swear to God, Diane. If I don't email you, you should email me. Hold on. Twitch? Liberty Twitcher. Thank you for being over there on Twitch. Not everybody goes. If you guys ever get a chance, please go over and hit that subscribe button on Twitch for me. It's always sad to go over there and I have 50 subscribers. I got 25,000 over here. Liberty Twitcher says, but they aren't just people in the Middle East. Some are good and some are evil, backwards and rotten. Hamas, for example, are the bad guys. Yeah, I don't disagree. My main problem with almost everything in society, specifically when it comes to politics or world events, is reductionism. I fucking hate reductionism. And that is the idea that any single subject can be taken from this complicated, complex, nuanced argument and driven down to these people are bad or these people are good. There are good people and bad people in every society. There are shitty fucking Americans and there are great Americans. There are shitty fucking people in Alabama and there are good people in Alabama. There are shitty trans people and there are good trans people. There are shitty white people and shitty and good. I almost said shitty white people and shitty white people. Shitty white people and good. God damn, I almost did it again. Good white people and shitty white people. There are shitty black people and good black people. That's my fucking point, though. My point is, when you want to do something, you should. This is a bad word for it. You should target it. You should be like the whole thing with the Doge thing. It's not a job for a hammer. It's a job for a scalpel. And when you're talking about trying to lead to peace in the Middle East, you need a scalpel because it is a fucking mess. There are 2 fucking valleys in the Middle East where they believe the end of times are going to happen. And there are people within that society that are constantly trying to drive a war to happen within those valleys because they believe it will bring the rapture. By the way, they think that Donald Trump is actually the guy who'll make it happen. Just a heads up on that. They believe that he will come with the mark of the beast and lead an army of Christians to fight within this valley, and then I believe it's the Muslims will fight against them, and they will prevail, and then Jesus will come back. That is a very loose interpretation, just so you guys know. Like, 100%, I'm with you. There are good people over there. There are bad people over there. But you can't just bomb indiscriminately. And when I say indiscriminately, I know somebody's going to be like, bro, he didn't bomb indiscriminately. He knew where the people were. That's not how bombs work. It's not how it works. A fucking bomb doesn't like see a person and it's like, oh, that guy right there, bam, got him. It's more akin to a fucking drive-by. It's like you got 6 people and probably didn't even hit the person you wanted to. Okay? That's what it is. And like I said, I'm not anti-military. I'm not anti-fucking holding up democratic values. But I am anti-sitting in a fucking room halfway across the world and bombing people's fucking cities. Because that's why people hate us. He's bombing where now? The Congo, DRC. Yeah, he bombs everywhere. Hush pup. If no one remembers from his first fucking go at this, the man bombed fucking Syria. He annexed, or the annexation of fucking the Golan Heights. He recognized it, which made the Middle East worse. He claims to have been like, I made the Abraham Accords, nearly brought it to peace. It was that close, you guys have no fucking idea. I almost had peace in the Middle East. Then Joe Biden ruined it. No, you know what ruined it? Recognizing Jerusalem as the capital. Recognizing the annexation of the Golan Heights, which no other fucking country, except for some fucking fifth world country, fucking agrees with us on. It's us and like some place I can't even fucking pronounce. We're the only people that recognize the Golan Heights as being fucking Israel's property. And once again, I'm not anti-Israel. I'm not anti-people. I'm fucking anti-government bullshit. It's so crazy that people can get behind these governments fucking just like indiscriminately fucking with other people. I don't get it. I'll never get it. You have the right to defend yourself. You do not have the right to indiscriminately bomb people's cities. It doesn't make anything better. It doesn't. It makes everything worse. At least 9 people, most of them aid workers, were killed in an Israeli drone strike on northern Beit Lahia. 2 people were killed in an Israeli drone attack in the central town of Jahur. I can't say these names. What I mean, I shouldn't be trying. A Palestinian boy was shot and killed. Another one was also shot in the back in the same attack. Like, all I'm saying, I don't think it has to be, are you on Israel's side? Are you on Palestine's side? I don't think it has to be, are you on Iran's side? Are you on America's side? I think what it has to be is, do you think people that are trying to just live their lives and not cause harm to others, as the gentleman on Twitch said, there are people causing harm and there's people that are not. But can we agree that if you aren't doing harm to others or you do not support doing harm to others, that it's wrong to be fucking killed? Like, I have grown up with physical violence my whole life. I boxed. I love MMA. I love fucking... I don't have an issue with defending yourself. I have an issue with bullies. I fucking hate it. 5 Alarm Fire. Thank you so much. $10. If waste, fraud, and abuse is what President Musk is trying to get rid of, he'd be asking for appraisals, not having Hegseth have us respond every week with 5 accomplishments from last week. And that's the point, is it takes a fucking scalpel. Exactly, 5 Alarm. Because we all know this is just the Curtis Yarvin shit. I just heard the other day, god damn it, I'm so fucking happy. Who was it? A big name, a huge name. mentioned Curtis Yarvin, I'm talking like millions of supporters, was like, when you talk about Peter Thiel, when you talk about Curtis Yarvin and their connection to J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, this all makes sense what they're doing right now. And I was like, thank you. Finally, somebody with a fucking voice is saying something about Curtis Yarvin. Because that's the point. He's not going in there to carve away waste, fraud, and abuse. He's going to distract you with the promise of $5,000. They're going to distract you with the whole, if you make under $150,000, you're not going to be taxed bullshit. They're going to distract you with that. And hey, at one point or another, they're going to come through. They're going to give you something because they got to keep you going. You're going to get a little bit of that carrot. You're going to get just the tip just to see how it feels. Okay? You will. But it's a fucking distraction. Because Elon Musk in no fucking way is qualified to be in our government searching for fraud, waste, or abuse. He's a fucking moron. He has no experience. He has no credentials. He has no expertise. And he's trying to find waste, fraud, and abuse in our government with a fucking algorithm. I fucking hate people. I'm becoming an angry ginger. Look at that. We went from laughing at the fucking AI car video to me up here just fucking mad. Welcome to being a ginger. 0 to 60. Very fast. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And anybody that believes that what Elon Musk is doing is helpful to the United States of America and not helpful to the billionaire class is ignorant. And that here's your decision for all the people that choose to be ignorant. You can either fucking find an argument that actually solidly defends what Elon Musk is doing, or you can just go ahead and admit that you love being willfully ignorant. Because at the end of the day, the only argument I've heard so far is what, you don't like getting rid of waste, fraud, and abuse? No, you dumb motherfucker. I'm all for it. But I've been in fucking management for 20 years of my life, and I know a shitty employee when I see one. And Elon Musk deserves to be fucking fired. Donald Trump deserves to be fucking fired. And it has nothing to do with Nazi salutes. It has nothing to do with promiscuism and cheating on his wife. It has everything to do with the fact that every single fucking one of their ideas is the dumbest shit I have ever seen in my fucking life. And I'm from the trailer park. I know dumb shit when I see it. And those two are dumb shits. I should have went to bigger me for this. I'm down here as small me. I should have been bigger me for this. Forgot to push my button. Make America ginger again. We just got an update. Let's see what this update is while we're here. Let's go ahead and... More U.S. raids on Yemen. Yemen's Al Masirah TV is reporting renewed Israeli raids on the country's capital, Sana'a, as well as the city of Sada. The Houthi-affiliated channel says the strike on Sada targeted a key power station there, causing a power outage. Once again, who does it harm when you blow up a fucking power station? Do you think militant fucking terrorists are like, oh, damn, well, we lost the internet. They're in fucking Yemen. You know who it sucks for? Somebody needs fucking air conditioning, because it's probably still fucking hot in Yemen right now. I'm betting it is. God damn it, dude. Okay, I got to get off this shit. This shit's just making me angry. This shit's just making me upset. So we're gonna go over here. We're going to go over here. Let's watch this shit. This shouldn't make me angry at all. This shouldn't make me angry at all. It just seems like this shit... How is this not fucking common sense? You guys tell me. Am I a fucking idiot? Are the things I'm saying stupid? Am I ignorant? Tell me. Please, fucking correct me if I'm wrong. But it seems like all this shit is just fucking common sense. It doesn't seem fucking that hard. I don't get it. I don't understand. This world is fucking insane. Okay, so anyways, this is that Chris Norland guy. Here, let's do this before we get into this. Let's make sure hit the like button. Let's go to Chris Norland's channel. Chris, breaking news, stay informed every day. He used to have a thing. Tesla Elon Musk secret cult compound. What? Okay, hold on. I think I want to watch that video. We might come back. He was a Tesla investor. I believe he was a Tesla investor. Because he used to do Tesla videos. Obviously, you can see the cell one here. I think this might have been the first one I watched. But he used to do... Oh, these are all very new videos. He used to do videos talking about whether or not to hold on to it and what exactly is happening with Tesla stock. So he's done a little bit more in the way of talking about Elon Musk and all the insanity that Elon Musk does. And I really like this guy's channel. I've only watched a few videos, though. So here you guys go. Here you guys go. 5 Alarm, you watch Chris Norland every day? Nice. What's happening, A? Nina, what's happening? I don't think I've seen you a couple times in here, Nina, but I didn't say hi. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. I just, it feels like most of the shit that I'm saying makes some kind of fucking sense. What's happening, Jake Illustrates? What's going on? D Cypher in the house. What's happening, Cypher? All right, let's go back to this video. We're going to start with this one. We might go watch that cult video.
So the Elon Musk, Donald Trump
we might watch that cult compound
continues, video. And I was thinking about this today. How are we going to explain this era to our kids and our grandkids? Well,
okay, hold on. We got to start over. We're going to watch this Chris Norland video called Explaining Musk Trump Era to Our Grandkids. The use of the child. Is Elon Musk not like allowing Donald Trump to use his child on occasion? It seems like Donald Trump walking to the helicopter the other day, it feels a lot like they're using the kid. It's kind of fucking crazy.
So the Elon Musk, Donald Trump clown show continues, and I was thinking about this today. How are we going to explain this era to our kids and our grandkids? Well, The Guardian has an answer. Check out this headline: eggings, swastikas, and dog poop. Tesla bears brunt of people's ire against Musk. And yes,
dude.
This is really what we're talking about. I guess dog poop is the
happy early birthday, Jake.
Our era that we're in.
We got it.
On top of that, we also have this. Eggs are so expensive, people are smuggling them in from Mexico. And that's coming from the Wall Street Journal. So this is actually a...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can you imagine you're in Mexico and you're like, somebody's like, here's some fentanyl. And you're like, no. Let me get them eggs. Also, that's a very difficult thing to smuggle. Like, what if you got like a backpack full of eggs and you're fucking crossing the border? Some border patrol agents hot on your tail, and you're like, whoa, don't hit the backpack. Bro, I got like $6,000 worth of eggs in that backpack. It's the dumbest timeline. Oh, God. Lil X showed up on Elon's shoulders when the CEO got shot. He used his son as a shield. There's a few videos about it making the rounds. Yeah, 100%. I mean, the fucking timing was like insane. It's too close, man. All of a sudden, dude's got his kid everywhere he goes. You cannot convince me that shit isn't a little sus. It's definitely sus, dude. And thank you to everybody wishing Jake a happy birthday. That's what the community is about. That's what it's about right there. Happy birthday, Jake. Let's see. Jen said, dude, did you watch the Sam Cedar debate, MAGA on Jubilee? I have not watched it yet. There's too many fucking videos. I got to get to all of them. What's happening, Jen? I got to watch that. I will watch that. Because I like Sam Cedar. I mean, sometimes not my favorite, but I do like Sam Cedar. I like everybody. No one ever has the exact same opinions as me, and I like that. That's good. That's the way it's supposed to be. I like people for the things that they get right and the things that they change my mind on. The information they expose me to.
Captures our era that we're in. On top of that, we also have this. Eggs are so expensive, people are smuggling them in from Mexico. And that's coming from the Wall Street Journal. So this is actually a real problem. You don't want to be smuggling food from various countries. I'm sure you guys know this. It's a real issue. And on top of that, people are like, you know what? Forget about, smuggling, we'll just call this, needles and other kinds of substances.
He's about to make
Let's go with eggs, because that's actually
making
worth
my
the
joke
most
right
money
now.
these days, because eggs are really expensive. That's how crazy our world
Chris.
is. And I know I laugh at it because it's like, it's so insane. On top of that, we have to deal with the Musk stuff on a daily basis. Him and his Doge want to fire you. And what he does then...
And just so everybody knows, this is supposed to be the lessening of the avian flu. And you can thank Joe Biden for that. So all the dipshits that have been crying about the chickens that were destroyed, the 135 million over the last 3 months worth of chickens that have been destroyed, for all the dipshit MAGA supporters out there that are about to be like, we beat the avian flu. No, you didn't. Because your dumbass wouldn't have murdered those chickens, because you're like, no, we're going to get egg prices. They're going to be lower. We got to keep them alive, because you don't understand how that industry works. Medium eggs are starting to go down. Large eggs are not. Large eggs have increased in price. Medium have lessened a little bit. But right now, where medium eggs are is kind of like the same thing as gas. So when gas is like $5.50 and it goes down to $4.75, people say it lowered. But it is still high. So medium eggs, I'm not going to fucking lie to you. I'm going to tell you medium eggs have lowered, but they are still high. Okay? But remember, in 2 months, when Trump and MAGA supporters are claiming we beat the avian flu, they didn't do a goddamn thing. Okay? Presidents do not affect egg prices without price controls, which is something that they were talking about. Yeah, all of a sudden they're going to start investigating big egg producers. Oh, so now you guys are good with price controls. You're good with banning price gouging. Yeah, I remember another presidential candidate that talked about that, and you guys called her communist. I remember that. But with that being said, there's a potential that eggs will get cheaper soon. But it's not going to be because Donald Trump did something. So you can fucking quote me on this before these dipshits come out and start claiming victory.
And is tweet out to his fans. On top of that, we have to deal with the Musk stuff on a daily basis. Him and his Doge want to fire you. And what he does then is tweet out to his fans these kind of videos. And I want to show you this because I think it really captures kind of, again, the era that we're in. If you're a Tesla Elon Musk fan, you can burn your car. Without a sledgehammer, you can shoot your car, right? This is what appeals to Elon Musk fanboys and fangirls.
Oh my God. It's amazing. It's like there is no better example of who it is that's buying this shit. Oh,
I guess they dream about, how tough the Cybertruck is. Musk has also marketed his vehicles as being zombie-proof, apocalypse-proof, that kind of stuff. Seriously.
A bunch of people that think they're going to survive an apocalypse because they own a Cybertruck that are going to die from the very first stab wound they have like in their fucking body, or they're going to die of their diabetes because they can't get their fucking medication. But don't worry, you got a Cybertruck, bro. You're definitely going to survive the apocalypse because having a Cybertruck is the number one thing you need to have to survive the apocalypse. It's the dumbest human beings on earth.
And that's why this kind of stuff, he knows how to capture his audience. Crowbars, what else we got here? Oh, is that a pickaxe, I guess? There's a laser at one point.
What the
There's
fuck?
A screwdriver and the bowling ball.
Hold on, did he just take a wood saw? Did he just take a wood saw to a metal truck?
There's a laser at one point.
Oh Like, what the fuck is that proving?
There's a screwdriver and the bowling ball, and last but not least, the brick, and they got a baseball bat. I'm showing you guys this stuff because, again, this is pretty good form. Up to.
Why flamethrower?
Because I think one time
Musk said that
when given the options of different choices, choose the one that's most entertaining. That's the mentality that we're in the USA, and I think it reflects the rise of.
Yeah, and that's something I've talked about on this channel before, is that, like, I can make 1 million videos talking about things that matter. They'll all get 50 views. I make one video that Joe Rogan muttered that Donald Trump was wearing a diaper on his podcast, and it's got 200K views. And that's why it's so important that I have you guys here as members, and it's consistent that you guys are here and in the community all the time, is it reminds me that people do care and people do want to hear some of the things that we talk about that are important, along with the stuff that's funny as well. Because it is very easy as a content creator to get trapped in audience capture, where if I wanted to make money from YouTube, all I would make is videos making fun of Joe Rogan, videos making fun of TYT, and videos about like all the like entertaining stuff that happens. Because you guys can go through my channel, you can look at all my videos. The videos with the highest amounts of views are the ones that are funny or entertaining, and the ones with the lowest amount of views are the ones where I talk about media and stuff. But I'm not going to stop doing that because I think it's important, and I think it's important to you guys. So one thing I just want to say to everybody is, remember, when you have somebody like From the Enemy Within, I watched one of his videos, really good, speaks very well, very knowledgeable, speaks about topics that are very important. I love looking at his channel and seeing the consistency in the views on his videos, because that means that he's able to talk about things that are important and still get that audience capture. Other content creators will fall into the method of audience capture, and they will continue to produce whatever video it is that got them the most amount of views. And that's how we get MAGA. That's how we get this culture where people only give a shit about things that are extreme or that are funny or that are entertaining. And that's how you get idiocracy. So, like, what he's saying there is very important. There's a lot of people, I guarantee you, that video with the Cybertruck probably got millions of views or hundreds of thousands of views. Meanwhile, there's probably a video where somebody is using their own life experience to explain to you how people in impoverished communities are affected that will get 50. So remember, your like, your subscribe, your comments are your power to help voices that are actually important get out there and be heard. And just so you guys know, this isn't me selling me. I'm selling other people. I think I'm fucking bottom of the barrel. I think that there are a lot of people out there that should have millions of subscribers. I'm not saying that's me. I know I got a lot of work to do, and I'm going to continue to work hard and keep doing my thing. And hopefully one day I'll be able to say that I belong up there with those people too. But use your power wisely.
Of, reality-based TV or reality TV, although it's not really real. The Donald Trump got his real fame from The Apprentice, and everyone's like, oh my God, look how awesome of a CEO he is. And for those of you who don't know this, the reason why they picked Donald Trump to be on The Apprentice, not because he was the most awesome business person of all time, it was because all the really good CEOs were busy. And they needed to cast someone for the show. And they're like, well, Donald Trump was available. And then the producers sort of built up this narrative that he's so awesome despite having 6 bankruptcies. That's the world that we live in. It's like, when in doubt, just choose the person that's most entertaining. And to be fair, Trump does come with a lot of dramas, right? 3 wives, multiple kids, multiple women, bankruptcies, casinos, etc. On top of that, and I want to capture the ear that we mentioned the whole dog poop and swastika thing. Whenever you see, things about Musk, you'll get these kind of headlines. This is also from The Guardian. Notable Tesla investor says he hopes Musk's government role is, quote, short-lived. Whenever you see a lot of people, touting Musk and saying how awesome he is, it's actually not people from the tech world, because they all call him out as a fraud and a conster. It's actually people from basically finance saying, well, I like Elon Musk because he makes me rich and his stock goes up.
And he buys companies, right? So this is one of the things that like drives me nuts. There is a proper place for saying a person is good at something, right? And oftentimes people tend to see that somebody is good at one thing, and so they apply other things to their success. So you say something along the lines of somebody's really good at mathematics, and that gets them really far in the world, therefore they're a genius. Well, they might be a genius in mathematics, but they might be shit at grammar. They might be a terrible public speaker. They might be a horrible leader. I can tell you from personal experience the number of people that I've met in my life that are really good at specific things, but are absolute dog shit leaders. Because knowing how to like help people and knowing when to interact, when to discipline, when to motivate, that takes a person that is not just educated, but emotionally intelligent. Somebody that understands what makes people tick. So oftentimes what he's saying here is 100% true. People that have no real relevancy to what the person is as far as their genius goes tend to say that person's a genius because they don't understand. I've said this before about Donald Trump. Growing up in a trailer park, so many people, if you were to say Donald Trump's a fucking moron, they would say, well, how much money do you have? Because they equate money with being intelligent. They also equate it with success. But that's not even true. Because there are tons of people, Donald Trump included, that are successful because of where they come from. The connections and status that they have are much more important than any type of financial that they have. So when we talk about Elon Musk being popular, he's not popular with tech people because they know he's a fraud. Who he's popular with is your average everyday person, and then people that look at money as being success. That's why you have a guy like this saying, I can't wait for Elon Musk to get out of the fucking government because he's taking my stock, because he recognizes Elon Musk has zero fucking expertise to be in the government, and he's only fucking the only people that think that he's doing a good job elsewhere, and that's the people that want him to make them money. That's the crazy part.
And essentially, I have to bring this up because people, when they think about Musk, they know he's rich, right? And they'll say, well, he's got that Tesla thing. But you have to understand the real reason why people really like the guy, talking about Musk, is that he's really good at pumping up his stock.
Yep.
He's really good at,
he makes other people
providing
money.
Value.
Just not us.
Depends how you want to define that. To shareholders, meaning that if you did invest in Tesla, which is completely true, the stock went up. It's completely true. The stock went up. And I want you to just think about this, is that the skills that we want in government? Someone who can essentially hype up a company, tell lies, essentially be a con and a snake oil artist, pump up the value for shareholders. Is that the kind of skills that you want in government? Some people maybe say yes. They say yes. Government's all about firing people, cutting corners, sleek advertising, I guess. So for example, this is one of the stock promoters, because Elon's got a bunch of these paid people out there to promote his stock. That's what pumping up a stock is, right? This is Sawyer Merritt. They were telling someone on CNN, oh, now it's your, American duty to buy a Tesla. That's what they're going with these days. And all of this sort of cultural era that we're in reminds me of sort of why things are falling apart in USA.
Yep.
This is a perfect example. So on the one side, you have Elon Musk and his fanboys and fangirls that think sledgehammers and crowbars and flamethrowers and, zombie-proof Teslas are awesome. And then on the same turn, these kind of people, right, the Musk and all his camp, they want to cut the Department of Education, right? So this is the headline today. Department of Education cuts expected to have a huge impact on teachers, right? It's the kind of people that hate teachers, right? These people that they hate to do their homework. The dog always ate it. There's always some stupid excuse. And that's kind of what Musk has done for years. If you've ever followed his company, and I know a lot of people actually don't follow it, which I completely understand, right? So the average person, you just know he's rich. He's got that Tesla company and he's rich. But if you actually follow him and you actually ever listen to him speak, you're like, oh my God, this guy's obviously a con artist. And they're always...
McCarthy, during the Red Scare with McCarthy, one of the reasons that Joseph McCarthy was so successful in running the Red Scare and abusing his authority and power was not very many people had TVs, and obviously the internet didn't exist back then. And so many people only knew about McCarthy through short quotes and statements in the newspapers. And since it was really popular at that point, in fact, it was a complete detriment to not be positive about the Red Scare, but it was really popular at that time to, spread the fear of communism. And so McCarthy was really good at giving people quotes. He was very good at giving them those quotes right before they had to publish, to not give them time to be able to fact check them. Sound familiar? Like I said, Roy Cohn is connected to Donald Trump. Roy Cohn was a protege of Joseph McCarthy. So one of the craziest things was that no one saw him ever in any type of interview, or they didn't see him in these trials. Very few people had televisions at that time. So what happened, and a lot of stuff wasn't televised either, right? There was no reason to televise a committee, a government committee back then. So what happened was this lawyer named Welch was hired to, there was a case against the United States Army where McCarthy was saying that the Army had a huge amount of communists within it and that they weren't doing anything about it. So Eisenhower said, okay, let's have a committee. He set it up. He said, you're going to argue your side of the argument that the Army is hiding this stuff, and the government side is going to show that you have reasons of your own for continuing the Red Scare and doing the things that you're doing. But that's paraphrasing. Eisenhower was actually very subtle about the way he went about this with McCarthy. In doing so, Welch, who was the lawyer, he's a Southern guy, real funny, very quirky guy, was a very charismatic person. And he knew that at the end of the day, this wasn't a trial. It was all about the court of public opinion. And he knew if he could make McCarthy on TV look like a fraudster, look like a con man, then people would finally realize that what was going on was all bullshit and that they would stop following McCarthy. And that's exactly what happened. There's a really cool part in the story where he had a young man on his staff that had connections to communism that he had sent home, and he had made a pact with Roy Cohn to not mention that Cohn had dodged the draft and had used deferments as long as he didn't bring up the communism thing about his staffer. Now, he did that on purpose because he knew at one point or another McCarthy couldn't help himself, because Cohn wasn't supposed to tell McCarthy about it, but he did anyways. So during that time, while they're on trial, he was badgering Cohn about other things and just hammering him over and over again. But what he was trying to do is he's trying to get McCarthy worked up. McCarthy finally gets so worked up that he starts calling for points of order, personal points of order, where he's claiming that one of Welch's staffers was a communist and he had communist connections. And that played right into Welch's hands. So instead of avoiding it, he said, yes, that young man made mistakes. And here we are in front of the entire country, and you are trying to ruin this young man's life. How does that make you feel? Does it make you feel good? And McCarthy just continued. He didn't know the trap. He didn't know he was in a trap. And he continued to hammer him on it because that's what he was used to being able to do. He was used to being able to manipulate the American citizenry by making them fear communism. But he fucked up because this time everybody got to see him. They got to see him on TV. Not a quote in a newspaper. They got to see him. And at one point or another, Welch shuts him down and the entire courtroom applauds. The reporters, everybody. And McCarthy looks at his aides and goes, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Because he didn't understand. He didn't do anything wrong. He was just him. And everybody finally got to see who he was. And that is the problem with America today, is that they can clearly see who the fuck Elon Musk is, and they're deciding to disassociate with it and act like he isn't this fucking con man, act like he isn't a snake oil salesman. Act like he isn't a dude that just wants to be able to shoot off as many rockets and blow up as many of them as possible, as long as it results in him getting to Mars so he can secure for himself some type of legacy. That's the problem right now. And if you want to guess what it's from, it's on the screen right now. It's because of education. It's because of ignorance. It's because people have decided that they want to be a bunch of fucking dumbasses and they want to be entertained nonstop, 24/7. They want to be overstimulated and undereducated, and they want to be blissfully fucking ignorant.
Always constantly attacking education. That's why I mentioned before the people who tout Musk are generally being in the finance industry from Wall Street, not necessarily engineers or people who are knowledgeable on the subject. And in fact, for example,
Pinker, he also
there's an AI expert,
George C.
Lacan,
Marshall,
he's
which was
over
a
at
mistake,
Meta. He's
Eisenhower
like
loved
one of the
Marshall.
top people in AI. He's always criticizing Musk. Be it, whatever favorite, engineer that you like to talk about. I'll just say that they all criticize Musk because it's obvious, this guy. And so he's very anti-education. I am concerned about the education thing. I think it matters quite a bit. And then we gloss over this kind of stuff because there's so much chaos out there. But for those of you who understand the seriousness of this, you'll get it. This is a headline also today. DOJ set to close California NOAA offices that conduct ocean fishery research. Basically, our weather satellites and such.
Oh my God.
Musk wants to take over that stuff and have all the contracts go over to Starlink. And remember, his qualifications in terms of talking about Musk is he's really good at communicating with people who want to be entertained. That's what it boils down to. And he's really good at getting Wall Street, money and pumping up a stock and essentially building this mythos about himself that may not necessarily be true. And I feel like sort of where we're going, maybe after the Musk and Trumps are done, I mean, why not just have Tom Brady as our president, right? He can throw a football really.
That's idiocracy for you right there. It's just heading straight to idiocracy. It's this idea that once you've taken the guardrails off of who it is that we see as being intelligent, who it is that we see as being professional, who it is we see as being leaders, that eventually you end up just always wanting to be entertained. It's the Biden thing, right? Like, people hated Biden because Biden didn't give speeches. They hated Biden because Biden didn't have rallies. He wasn't on TV all the time. Like, look at how much people have complained about the time Biden was at the beach. And since then, you look at what Trump has done. Trump's been at Daytona. Trump's been at the Super Bowl. Trump's been out golfing. Trump's constantly giving rallies and stuff like that. That is, it's the fireworks. That's what people want to see. They want loud explosions. At the end of the day, you might not agree with Joe Biden's foreign policy, but domestically, if you don't think that Joe Biden was successful as a president, you're going to have to prove that to me. You're going to have to show me how negating debt for 10% of our college debtors out there, which, by the way, I wanted it all forgiven too. But show me another president that has forgiven that much college debt. 10% of all borrowers in our country had their debt forgiven. Both public entities, public citizens, and federal employees. 10% of them, $200 billion, $188 billion was forgiven. The economy was going fucking great until Trump took over. Grocery prices were slowly becoming lower and lower. The avian flu, at the end, when he made those decisions to kill those chickens, were decisions that were going to negate and help lower those prices. You can claim that Joe Biden was not a fun president. You can say he wasn't a pretty dude. You can say he didn't give great speeches, which wouldn't be true about him 5 years ago. But yeah, you're right. As he got older, he didn't speak that well. But if you would rather have a fucking wrestler up there with fireworks exploding in the background driving around Daytona than a guy that makes the economy stronger coming out of a global pandemic, a person who held things together during one of the most difficult times in recent American history, then you deserve what you get. And when you find yourself in a place where the economy's bad, every country in the world hates you, You can't travel anywhere because you're seen as an American and being an American is bad. You voted for that shit. That's what you wanted, because instead of like wanting the boring, more successful, more stable person, you wanted fireworks and you wanted entertainment. And so you got it. But obviously there's some side effects, some repercussions. Nina, $4.99. Is that a crying controller? That's a crying controller. That's why I feel like when I don't get to play video games, I don't even get to play that much anymore. Upgrade. Spelled with 2 D's for a double dose of pimping. Oh, 5 Alarm. That is the goddamn truth. Oh, man. Muriel. Welcome, Muriel. Welcome. Nana. What's up, Nana? Oh, I hope you're feeling better, Nana. I appreciate you being here. Let's get some fucking boring motherfuckers back in the White House, dude.
And
let's get some boring people in there.
and you know, and I think Tom Brady would probably run on the more Republican side. And if you want to go on the left-leaning side, you know, chances are maybe we're gonna have Mark.
Dude, I don't know how many of you guys watch football, but Tom Brady, a Trump supporter, 100% a Trump supporter, said multiple times during the season, because he did a couple Eagles games, because there's a lot of primetime Eagles games this year, right? And I don't know if he meant to do it or not, but he kept saying, one of the terms that he kept using over and over again was, they're like playing the Packers, and he's like, boy, that defense needs to build that wall. And I was like, okay, Trump supporter. And he said it so many times. He's like, when you get the offensive line and they're down in the trenches, they really got to build that wall. And I was like, I don't know if Tom Brady's just another brainwashed MAGA minion NPC that just repeats the same shit everybody else does, and he doesn't realize he's doing it right now on air, or if he's like just straight up like, yeah, I fucking like using Trump terminology all the time, but he kept fucking saying, they got to build that wall.
Mark Cuban's going to be running for president, right? He's got a TV show called Shark Tank where he gives people a chance. And people.
Hold on, I'm going to argue with Trent. Trent says, saying the economy was good under Biden is silly. Bad economy and inflation is probably the main reason Trump was elected. No, Trent. The main reason that Donald Trump was elected is because people are politically fucking illiterate. And when you say that the economy was bad, you're going to need to fucking prove that to me, because you're fucking wrong. Because we came out of a global pandemic with the best fucking economy in the entire fucking globe. In fact, if you want to be fucking honest about it, China at one point during Trump's administration was projected to catch the American economy and to pass it. Where are they at now, Trent? Where's China's economy? How are they doing? Well, they might pass it now, actually, now that Trump's president. They might pass it now. You see, because by every single metric that we judge the economy by, GDP, CPI, whatever you want, it was good. It was doing way better than it was coming out of the pandemic. The stock market was doing fine. You can't say the economy was bad unless you can back that up with facts and statistics. Remember, Trent, you guys are the fuck your feelings crowd. So I got to tell you, Trent, I'm going to tell you, if you say that it felt bad, I'm going to tell you, fuck your feelings. You got to back up that shit with facts and statistics. Not I think and I feel. And I can back it up with facts and statistics.
People like that TV show, right? And he owns a basketball team. He's really, really rich.
You know, I appreciate you.
That's sort of what Americans are thinking these days in terms of how they understand government and understand business. So many people out there is like, wow, we just need really, really rich people to run government. But you have to understand, guys, government is different than business. Remember, Musk's talent is pumping up the stock, right?
In fact, if you want to be honest, right now, this guy is telling you exactly why Donald Trump was elected. He's telling you that you and everybody like you that voted for Donald Trump only want somebody. Yeah, I did miss you, because you know I like confrontation. He's literally telling you why you voted for Donald Trump. He's telling you that you don't have any facts or evidence to support the logic that you have found your way to, but you really like who he is, the charisma, the leader, like the fake leadership, because it's not leadership, the faux leadership, the presentation, the image, that's what you like. Because at no point can you say right now that Donald Trump's economy is good. Donald Trump can't say that his economy is good. You can't say that going into a recession is better than avoiding a recession. You can't say, and look, I don't use the stock market to judge how everyday people are doing, right? I use the stock market to judge retail investor and big corporations' attitudes towards the economy. So there is some things that you can take from the stock market when it comes to being like middle class, lower middle class. But the majority of what I'm going to use the stock market to explain is almost always going to be what it looks like institutional. That's what I keep thinking. I'm trying to remember the fucking name. Institutional investors and retail investors. Even the stock market right now fucking hates Donald Trump. And that's Donald Trump's people. There is no evidence at this point that Donald Trump has done better than Joe Biden. Zero. Nada. Nothing. Even if you want to take Donald Trump's old economy, even if you want to take the 2017 economy, which I've said this on multiple occasions, if you take a graph of American history and our economy, it's almost always nothing but up. There's little deviations, the depression, the housing crisis, but almost always up. And that's because during the 2009 election, Barack Obama won. And Barack Obama gassed this economy up to the fucking nines. In fact, Barack Obama had cheaper gas than Donald Trump ever did. And Donald Trump, the only time he came close to having as cheap a gas as Barack Obama did was during COVID, when people were in their houses quarantined and demand for gas was fucking nothing. Donald Trump did nothing but golf and live off of Barack Obama's economy. So even if you want to make the argument that Biden's economy wasn't better than the 2017 through 2021 economy, you would actually need to argue that Biden's economy wasn't as good as Obama's, because Obama's economy, that was Trump's economy. Yeah.
It's pumping up the stock. Sleek marketing, these kind of things. It is also getting people excited and hyped up. Government should be slow and should be boring. It shouldn't really change so much so quickly. Because, like, for example, if I'm going to do any change to Social Security or your veterans benefits or Medicare, these kind of
things,
I want to make sure it works. I don't want to go
boring.
for 97% accuracy. I want to go for 100% accuracy. I don't want to fail some of the time. I want to fail none of the time, right? And this is something I just want to have a chat with you. And I think a lot of this boils down to you have a lot of people that have misconceptions about what education is, the misconceptions of what business is, these kind of things, and misconception of who Elon Musk is. And so I try to do this all the time and talk about this stuff. On top of that, you have a real problem here, and this one's really hard to address because I can't even use the words that they say on Fox News, because the headlines they're reading will just say they reference deletion, okay? And the cultural deletion is sort of how they reference it. But and you guys know the words that you're not good to say on YouTube. But just have a listen to JD Vance, and you'll get a sense of who these people are.
We believe that we have a great deal in common with Europe. And I'm not, yes, the Europeans annoy me sometimes, and yes, I disagree with them on certain issues, but we have to remember that is the cradle of Western civilization. The entire idea of Christian civilization that led to the founding of the United States of America, that was formed in Europe. The cultural bonds, the religious bonds, these things are going to last beyond political.
And if you want to watch the whole thing that Vance has to say, you can. But what it boils down
No. That's the dumbest take. Oh my God. You know the worst thing is, JD Vance is not a stupid person. And anybody that doesn't take JD Vance's intellect seriously is going to be fucking caught completely off guard, and that's a bad thing. Like I've said before, you shouldn't, just because you dislike somebody or because you think they're evil or because you don't like the things that they believe, you should never discount their intelligence. And J.D. Vance proved that he is a politician through and through, and he's not a stupid politician. That was a stupid fucking statement. And he's only saying that because he knows who the people that follow him are. He knows that he's not speaking to intelligent people. He's speaking to the basic MAGA supporter and saying, don't worry, like it's all going to be good because these people, we come from these people. We have connections to these people. No. Every single day, Donald Trump is forcing allies and potential allies further and further away from America. He is creating a completely isolated America, and he's doing it in a way that doesn't make any sense at all. The only way that I could possibly think that this makes sense is in the context of an abuser. An abuser makes their victim hate all the people around them, makes them feel as though the only person that they can possibly depend on is them. And if that's the point, then yeah, he's doing a good job. Because at one point or another, Americans are only going to be able to depend on this country. Because if he literally thinks that Europeans are going to be like, oh, well, actually, they've done a bunch of dumb shit. And also, the trade war thing sucked. Oh, and they, left us hanging. But hey, we've got a history. That's regarded. Well regarded.
Down to is, guys, Christians are awesome, and we really like Christians from Europe because they look a certain way. You can kind of figure out which way they look. And the other thing too, he goes on to talk about how too many immigrants and too many people of cultures that aren't compatible with Christianity, according to Vance and that kind of people, aren't good.
Yeah, he knows.
That's basically what it boils down to. So,
job for them.
Let it, Jake.
If you have a country like Germany, where you have another few million immigrants come in from countries that are totally culturally...
See, that's smart. He's trying to spread the xenophobia. Because if he can spread the xenophobia, then it makes everybody else... if he spreads the xenophobia, he makes America look no different than anybody else. See... For these guys, the game that they're playing is that if they can get the rest of the globe to agree that everybody should be xenophobic and everybody should be fearing the other, then America can create like cultural ties with hate and anger. Obviously, any relationship based out of fear is a bad relationship, even when that fear is that like you're in common defense of each other's values. Any type of relationship needs to be built on a foundation of trust, hope, faith, good, positive ideologies. You can't have an alliance that was built off hate of the other, because if you do, eventually that turns inward, and then you have the same strategy used against you. This is what I'm saying. Is we can talk all day about the flaws and faults of J.D. Vance or Donald Trump or Elon Musk as human beings. Those are all day long, entertaining as fuck. You can talk about all of them. But the most important flaws and faults that we need to be pointing out when it comes to these people is that their logic is absolutely fucking dumb. There's nothing about their ideas that is some kind of like high intellect shit. And that's because Donald Trump's the president of the United States. If J.D. Vance were the president of the United States, you'd have actually probably a lot more to worry about as far as subversive action happens. If he was president of the United States, you would probably have to be a lot more concerned about the way that the government is involved in your life and stuff. Because Donald Trump, if you look at Donald Trump in 2016, what he did was he tried to push through all the stuff that he's pushing through now, but he had guardrails. He had Mike Pence. He had other people around him that were like, yo, we kind of still want to have our jobs after you're gone, which didn't work out for them. They still got fired. But they said that. They were like, we don't really want you to do this dumb shit. Now, the guardrails are off. Now, Elon Musk gets to threaten these people with primaries, and he gets to tell the Congress, the Senate, all these people, if you fuck with Donald Trump and try to stop him, then I will pay for people to primary against you, and you will lose your job. That's why they're so quiet. we should all be aware that the most important thing to point out is not the stupid, entertaining bullshit, but the actual foundational fucking disagreement that we have with the way they go about doing these things. That's why it's getting fucking shit on in courts, is because federal judges are going, what the fuck? No, you can't do that's what? Who said that you could do that? And it's like Elon Musk said I could do it.
Incompatible with Germany, then it doesn't
Bob
matter
Cox,
what
I'm
I
getting
think
all
about
the
Europe.
fucking all my fucking
crowd,
agitators coming in today.
Look a certain kind of way.
Agitate me, Bob.
Pray a certain kind of way, and I'm being polite about
radicalized
it.
by communists
this is
from
the
Europe.
world that we live in, and it goes. It's really hard
Bob, why is
to
your icon
have these
gray
conversations.
now?
To
It's supposed to be
perfectly
fucking
frame.
blue.
Because how do I talk to someone?
Bob
and
is
Vance
the Communist
actually not
Party.
a stupid person. He's actually smart. But he pretends to be dumb, and he
all my
panders to an audience
agitators are
who
here
frankly
tonight.
is dumb.
I like
and I know
this.
I'm being a little mean here. And
I love the
it's
fight.
frustrating, right? and I can swear and cuss and do all these kind of things, but I just wanted to just, every day I just try to show you guys who these people really are. And it should be obvious the more that you see it. Here's Musk, laughy face, the kind of stuff that he tweets out. Every single time, we're on our way to freedom. Then he's got, so I guess that would be Washington probably. And then we have the founding fathers of the Declaration of Independence. Let's just add a little government. And then suddenly, I guess now Musk is claiming we're in a police state with our.
You want to know the best part about that? It's how historically illiterate these people are. George Washington was a royalist. George Washington didn't want America to divulge itself from the fucking monarchy. And if you would like to read about that, is a nice big book. There's a nice big book. It's called Washington. It's by Ron Chernow. It's a great book. It's only about 1,000 pages. So you guys should be able to get through that pretty quick. If you want to know actual historical facts about who Washington was and why that meme is fucking dumb, it's because George Washington did not want to disengage from the royalty. He found himself in a spot where he had to take charge for that army. And just by the way, that crossing of the Delaware was right after we almost didn't become a country because of Valley Forge as well. So there's that too. Like I said, my main fucking problem is that so many people want to have opinions on shit and don't know a fucking thing about them. It's like me trying to talk about like fucking women's fucking bodily fluids. Like I'm like, yeah, you know what? Like, yeah, it's fucking that time of the month, bro. Like you don't know shit. Shut the fuck up. God, I hate people.
Crap.
What's up, God Marine?
It's strange because they
it does not have any pictures.
Kind of preach to this.
I'm sorry.
People, I guess, who hate
the Napoleon one has
that's
some
what
pictures.
Musk is trying to,
There's no pictures
cultivate in their audience,
bro.
and then he tries to sell you like, okay, so if government's bad and everyone's out to get you, then you should buy the Cybertruck to protect yourself from the zombies. That's the weird mentality that we're in. And the Vance people, right over him, he's like, oh well, we're all Christian and we're getting under attack by all sides by all these non-European, non-Christian people. Oh my God, we're really in trouble. That's who these people are. That's the stuff that they say. Like all I have to do is to show you who they are. And some people that these kind of messages appeal to them, right?
Yep.
They
that's
now
100%
want
what
to
it is.
attack law firms. They hate judges. They hate the law. And I just want you to think logically about this stuff. What kind of people hate law and judges and say police or?
Oh, did he say I want you to think logically? They don't think logically. They don't. There's not logic. It's about owning the libs, and that's it, dude. That's it. That's all they care about. There is not a single fucking logical bone in their body. Over the last 2 years of doing this channel, I have learned this. And that is, you can say to them, wait a minute, you got a thin blue line on your sticker? Don't you have 2 felonies? And they'll go, what? Yeah? Isn't that weird that you got a thin blue line on your car? But you got 2 felonies? I told you guys. I fucking got into it with that fucking Trumper at a fucking stoplight. Because I do be talking shit. Real life. YouTube. It don't matter. Just be talking shit. And I told him, I go, yeah, motherfucker, I ain't voting for no fucking felon. And he went, I'm a felon! It don't make any goddamn sense. Are you guys the party of law and order? Hell yeah, we are! Did you break the law and commit a felony? Yeah, I did! Okay. There's no logic to being a Trump supporter. Fucking, you want to see the economy doing well? Yeah, the economy needs to be doing good. Okay, here's all these facts and statistics to show that the economy was doing great. Here's a bunch of facts and statistics to show that the economy isn't doing good anymore. So does that make you feel like maybe this guy isn't good with the economy? No, it's good. But the numbers, yeah, I don't like numbers. I hate school and I hate education. At least they're consistent with that. They are consistent with that.
Or, you know, people are out there to protect you, right? Criminals. You know, it's like the Joker and the Riddler and Scarecrow and whatever, pick your favorite Batman, you know, villain, or the Penguin, whoever, sit around and just complain about the law and the judges that want to, you know, expose them for who they are. And this is a real problem. And what's unfortunate about this stuff is that they're so good at entertaining people, because they are.
Shut on me harder, Daddy.
The same way Musk is an entertainer. They're really good entertainers. But it doesn't necessarily make great for government. And I was thinking about this as well, sort of how we got to the point where we are. It's a combination of worship of wealth on Wall Street, guys. And we talk about the economy. We talk about the stock market here on the channel.
How much money you have.
But I never come from the point of view as like I worship it and that you have to worship anyone who has money. I think that's a pretty sick way of thinking about the world, to be perfectly frank. And if you've ever been around people who have money, you'll realize some of these people are just frankly born to wealthy families. It doesn't make them smarter than you. It doesn't mean that they work harder than you. So then going back to, you know, the burning the Teslas and hitting them with the bowling balls or whatever, you just have to ask yourself, what kind of world do we want to live in? Do you just want to live in this reality TV based world where we're mostly focused on entertainment? Or do we actually want serious people who understand government and actually want to do things the right way?
Yep.
That's a question that I propose. So I do appreciate your time, and I'll catch you all in the next video.
Fucking super well said, Chris.
Starting to think that lunging to the far right while trying to sell elections.
Calm down, Brian. Calm down, Brian. Jumped in there. That's very well said. That's very well said. Because it is right now. Look, you can say that your dude is this and the other dude is that, whatever you want. It's come down to the fact that people lack purpose in their life. Everything is given to them. We have an incredibly bad problem with entitlement in America. People are at a point where they don't have to wake up every morning and do X, Y, and Z to survive. And so the way they want to fill their day is with entertainment. And that's understandable. I get it. It's why they want an entertaining president. It's because they don't want the boring government of a job just getting done. They know that they'll never be wealthy. They know that they'll never get the things that were promised to them long ago with the extreme American dream, right? Like, they can buy a house, they can have a career, they can have kids, but they're never going to be Elon Musk. They're never going to be Donald Trump. So instead, they want to live vicariously through that. Because really what they want is they want some meaning to their life, which lacks meaning because they can't find meaning within the things that actually matter. The things that you should be concentrating on is personal enrichment, figuring yourself out and making yourself a better person. And then using that personal enrichment to enrich the lives of the people around you. Because that's purpose. When you go out of your way to make things better for other people, you find that then that establishes within you a purpose, a meaning. And then you don't have to look for these things outside of yourself in baseless entertainment. It's why people like myself, when you get to my age, have a really hard time finding gratification in things like video games. Because no longer are you just growing your brain in the way of creating neural pathways that pick up different little skills and stuff like that. Now, you have to do things that matter to find any type of purpose. And right now, we don't have that for the majority of Americans, because even the most impoverished amongst us are better off than they were 70 years ago. And we need meaning and we need purpose. And instead, people want to substitute that with entertainment, because we're a gratification society, because we want our reward now, because we want one marshmallow now, not 2 marshmallows later. That was very well said by Chris there. That's actually a very good video, and I'm glad that I watched that. I've got fucking best viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. Why do I always have so many bots over on Twitch and Kick? YouTube does a pretty good job with no bots over here, except for Trent. Do we care about the statistics of inflation and interest rates under Biden? Sure. Would you like to talk about the statistics and inflation rate at the end of Biden's presidency, or would you like to use the same dumbass argument that every Trump supporter tries to use, and tries to use the 2020, 2021 statistics? Is that what you want to do, Trent? Because we can do that for sure. The best way to enrich most people is to create a business and employ people? No, it's not. That's the dumbest thing you might have said so far, Trent. That's the dumbest. Also, Trent, Elon didn't create a business. He's never created a single business, by the way. So, goddamn, why is your argument so bad right now? Trent, it's been a while. But come on, dog. You're better than that. The best way to enrich people is by creating a job for them, turning them into the proletariat. Like, goddamn, son, how much Kool-Aid you been drinking? Holy fuck. Are you currently jerking a billionaire off right now? Love you, buddy. Yeah, like I said, we can talk about inflation. We can definitely talk about interest rates. Why are interest rates going down right now? Why are interest rates going down currently? I can tell you it ain't because of Donald Trump. I can tell you. Later, Redonk. Have a good night at work, dude. I can tell you the only reason that there are any fucking interest rates cuts happening now is because Joe Biden did such a goddamn good job with the fucking economy. Why would there be interest rate cuts if Biden did a bad job? Tell me again, what was the unemployment rate under Biden in 2023-24? Tell me again, what was the inflation rate when Biden left office? I saw some dumbass Trump supporter the other day say we need to go into deflation. Do you know what deflation is? That's what people, they don't understand. They're like, we need 0% inflation. No, 0% inflation is bad for the economy. You need a mild amount of inflation. 2%-ish. 2-ish. Like, people, like, this is why I can't take people seriously. We need 0% inflation. Okay, so you don't know shit. All right, we can stop talking now. We need to go into deflation. Okay, you don't know shit. All right, we should stop talking now. All right, what time is it? I wanted to get to this Professor Dave. Yeah, you know what? We got 15 minutes. Let's watch a little bit of Professor Dave. Let's watch a little bit of Professor Dave, and then we'll call it a night. We won't watch the whole thing because, you know, this would be 3 hours. This is a 34-minute long video. That's a 3-hour video for me. So let's watch a little bit of Professor Dave. This video is called The Tale of Trump and the Woke Trans Mice. God. damn. It's the dumbest timeline. We need deflation and get rid of the trans mice. Oh my god. You know what you know what I crave? You know what I long for? A time when I looked at things on the left and I was like really, really super critical about like the way Vietnam veterans were treated, or, you know, shit that made sense. Shit that had some kind of like reasoning to it. Like, now it's just fucking talking about we need to be in deflation and trans mice. We are literally getting dumber by the moment.
2.0 underway, along with the most orchestrated attack on science America has ever seen. You're probably going to be hearing a lot from me about the orange clown and his breathtaking science literacy.
2.5%.
Today's installment is about some alleged blue-haired, ultra-woke transgender mice and the millions of dollars that Biden wasted on them. Let's get into it. So this all started when Trump addressed Congress on March 4th, vomiting up a long list of alleged extravagant expenses that the previous administration put upon the poor, unwitting taxpayers, gloriously uncovered by President Musk and his Dodgeball team. The whole speech is a circus sideshow from top to bottom, and we could dig into virtually every single one of his ludicrous claims. But let's focus on this one.
$8 million for making mice transgender. This is real.
I almost clicked the button.
No.
The fact that he follows it up with "this is real" after the entire fucking place laughs at him. Oh my god, this is the President of the United States. That shit's gonna be in a book somewhere. It's like gonna be on a fucking history book. And on this day, Donald Trump said during his State of the Union address, they spent $8 million on trans mice. And then after being laughed at, he said, "It's real." Oh my god. The fact that people think he's smart is probably the thing that hurts my feelings the most. Like, I'm not really capable of crying, so you guys, to evoke liberal tears from me, it's going to be a lot harder than you guys think. It's not because I don't want to cry, it's because my shit's broken. Years of keeping that shit inside because of fucking, you know, masculinity. I'm so masculine. My shit's broken now. But if you wanted to make me cry, just show me all the dumb shit people say all the time. Because there is nothing sadder than watching all the human beings, not just American. That's not, look, stupidity is not something that is specifically American. It's just more prevalent. Just all the people in the world that say stupid shit. Like, that's the shit that literally hurts my feelings. Like, not you saying mean shit to me, but just you saying shit. I'm like, yeah, this actually, I want to cry a little bit.
No, it isn't real. If you made a list of not real things, this would be pretty high up on there. Transness is not something that applies to mice. Nobody is making trans mice. He's just saying trans because transgender issues.
Dude, some mouse is like sitting there, and there's two scientists standing over them doing the trans experiment on the mouse. And they look at the other scientists and is like, "This female mouse that we have here," and then the trans mouse stands up and goes, "Hey, motherfucker, do not misgender me." Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Issues is one of the topics in the pathetic culture war he's waging that riles up his idiot supporters.
Good to see you.
Naturally, thousands of intelligent people called out this utter bullshit, mocking him relentlessly for saying such an idiotic thing.
Amazing.
And we will explain in more detail than you want to hear how idiotic it is in just a moment. But first, this is how the President of the United States decided to respond to thousands of scientists fact-checking his ridiculous claim. Wrong, you guys. Biden totally did it. Those fake news losers at CNN tried to fact-check me, but I was...
Bro, this is on the White House website. Oh my God. It's on the White House website. This is why people don't take us seriously anymore. Like, you can't even be like, okay, yeah, so what? Like, a lot of Americans, so what? Some of us like wrestling and shit, okay? Some of us love sports, and, you know, not all of us are the smartest people. That's fucking fine, okay? Like, it's not that big a deal. And then somebody's like, yeah, but, like, the people that lead you are fucking dumb. And you're like, well, you can't prove that. And they're like, here's this article on the White House webpage. And you're like, oh, okay. It's like, you know, when somebody leaves the chat, I'm out. I'm gonna leave now. Oh, fuck.
It was right, as usual. Because I'm always right. Because I'm such a smart, special boy, like my mommy always told me.
Yep.
You guys, this is not a tweet. This is not a blog post. This is from whitehouse.gov, the official website for the White House. This is what America has become. The man who holds the highest office in the country and arguably the world talks like a bratty teenager in official White House communications. We're halfway to idiocracy, and I'm not being even remotely hyperbolic.
President of America! I got a 3-point plan to fix everything.
Department of Government Efficiency.
I was just thinking that they said about the egg crisis, we have a 5-point plan to stop the avian flu. Are they just watching Idiocracy? Oh my God. You guys want to know the best part about that 5-point plan? Is that we generally export eggs to all these places. So the idea that we are going to import eggs from other countries to the United States doesn't make sense, because if you were to try to get a country that generally is a net importer of American eggs to then become a net exporter of eggs to America, not only would that drive up the prices of eggs within that country, but also it would not be possible. 5-point plan, guys.
Go!
Getting chills? Well, tough shit, because it's a fact, you guys. Biden spent $8 million to turn mice trans. You know, those dirty transgender experiments.
It says including $8 million spent by the administration for making mice transgender. You can't even, like, read that out of context. Like, you know how, like, sometimes back in the day when politicians would say shit that you didn't like, but they're smart enough to say it in a way that you couldn't, like, get them on? Like, usually you'd be like, okay, so you said that we were making the mice transgender, and obviously that's not fucking true. And they'd be like, well, actually, what I said was there were donations made by the government to create facilities where there are experimentation. It's like, oh, you ain't going to answer this question, huh? No, you're not going to do that? All right, cool. Anyways, you said they were making the mice transgender. Well, Bob, actually, you're like, nope. All right, fine. Fuck it. Okay? No, this is just, they just straight up said it. They just put it on the fucking webpage for the entire world to see. Transgender experiments on mice, guys. Holy fuck. We're running out of burrito coverings.
That are totally a real thing. Then he lists the grant amounts and titles of the studies, the end. Well, that's very convincing, Mr. President. But first of all, $8 million is a completely negligible fraction of the $6 trillion federal budget, especially compared with the tens of billions of dollars sent to Israel over the past year and a half for the sole purpose of murdering Palestinian children. A convenient omission from your little list. But beyond that, some people actually know what all of these words mean, even if your cronies don't. I mean, maybe the 19-year-old Doge staffer who goes by the name Big Balls knows what some of these words mean. He seems like a real wunderkind, but I wouldn't bet any of his rich dad's popcorn money on it. Anyway, they were kind enough to attach a document linking to all these proposed studies. Let's go through every single one of these.
I thought he was fucking joking. I thought he was being hyperbolic when he said that it said fake news losers. You gotta be kidding me. It says, the fake news losers at CNN immediately tried to fact check it. Holy shit. on a government website the words "fake news losers at CNN exist." I keep saying it can't get dumber, and they keep proving me wrong. I should stop saying that so they'll stop trying to prove me wrong. Professor Dave. Oh, God. I want to watch the rest of this video, but I got to go do other things. I do. I've been here for 3 hours now. All right. You guys need to watch the rest of this video, so I'm going to put it in chat. Fuck. We are cooked. We're done, guys. I'm sorry, but if you're a Trump supporter, there's no way you can defend this. Trent, Bob, I know you guys like fucking with me. I get it. I understand. I like fucking with me too. It's fun. There's no way you can defend this shit. There is no valid argument that you can use to defend this shit right here. It's fucking out of control. All right. I put the video down there. You guys go watch that shit. Go like and subscribe to Professor Dave. I'm going to subscribe on my second channel to Professor Dave. Holy shit. And thank you for the membership. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody else. 5 Alarm. Everybody else. Mytesh. All of you guys that gave memberships and super chatted tonight. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Diane. Send me information for an invite tomorrow. I will send you an email. I swear to God, I'll go upstairs right now, get on my computer, and send you an email. Because I probably need to like download Zoom and shit like that. I know you guys do it on a different thing. So I will not do what I did today and wait until the last minute. I will actually like set things up beforehand. If I can, guys, I will be on with Diane tomorrow. How about that? Tomorrow, I will make every attempt to be on the 21st Century Suffragettes. Okay? I did it. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Go check out that Professor Dave video. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I hope I see you next Wednesday. I hope we're still here. The transgender mice might take over.